got to box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good, bro? Hey, you want to play that shit? You want to play that shit? Oh, good. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? You want this shit? Stop on me, boy. Keep sleeping on me, boy. Keep sleeping on me.
What's good? Salute. What's good with the fam on this good Sunday? We back to get boxing. It's JusDueBoxing, man. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We back to get into some more boxing news, man. You know. Salute to the fam that's in the building, man. Y'all already know if you catch this on the playback, smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on, all that good stuff, and we gonna rock out, man. I'm a little later than usual, but we gonna have this good build, man. The hell with football season. My Cowboys got destroyed. So y'all know I don't care nothing about. Y'all know I ain't going for no foosball, man. I ain't even watching it. Man, salute to everybody though, man. Ace, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Said NATASHA won the fight. MIKAELA came on late. She didn't go downstairs enough. It's always a conversation, bro. You know, it's always, I can't tell you that you didn't see it that way or it didn't happen that way. You know, I just got to take on it. No, I don't think it was a robbery. I'll start by saying that. Definitely wasn't a robbery, right, so to speak, but she might have gotten some home cooking. We're going to build on it, though. Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh. What's good, my bro? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. Zoom verse is in the building. Peace and blessings to my bro. What's good with it? Saying NATASHA did not win that fight. I don't know what fight you watching, but Mary put classes. She was applying pressure the entire fight. Yeah, she was, bro. It was a good fight. It was damn sure a good fight. 817, my guy. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Mayo in the building. Was good with it, family. Good to see you in the building, man. Hope the new year has been good to you, my good brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, man. Miss Joette, happy Sunday, Queen. How you feeling? Good to see you as well as always. How you feeling? I don't know. I just played the clip. I don't know if you caught it. You might have just popped in, but I thought this was funny.
You good, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? You want to play that shit? Oh, good. What's up? What's up? What's good? You want this shit? Stop on me, boy. Keep sleeping on me, boy. Keep sleeping on me, boy.
Man, yo, salute to Showtech Media, man. They pretty funny with them edits, man. I catch them, I play them, but it's funny because with that one, everybody was sending that to me, man. Everybody was sending that to me, bro. 817, you laughing, you ain't exempt. 817 sent me this, y'all, just so y'all know who responsible. He sent me this.
African Americans surround me. How many? 2. 2 plus 3 plus 7 equal altitude of trapezoid divided by equilateral triangle is a hypotenuse of 2x plus 7 equal integral. Okay, bye, Nam. That's right, baby. I wear my band-aid down. Okay.
Yo, whoever did that is crazy. All these joints is funny, man. So I salute to the editors of those funny videos, man. Al Money, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Kyle Cooler, blessings, family. Good to see you in the building. Just started off with a bang, COVID, January 1st, but I'm better now. That's what I like to hear, man. I'm glad you're doing better, man. Blessings to you, Mayo. Good to see you, Justin James in the building. JBT, what's good with it, family? Yeah, we gotta laugh at boxing. I think that some of these pages serve a good purpose, man. They know how to have fun with the boxing, man. I don't care who it's in favor of. Them videos be funny, bro. They had one with Dev slapping Shakur to the ground. all them joints is funny, man. All of them. Hood Rich was good with it. 817 low. He sent me that. The family be sending me stuff just so y'all think, just so y'all know. Did Cool Boy all wrong. Thomas was good with it, family. But, man, y'all know I had to start off with a little humor, man. Y'all know how I do. But appreciate y'all pulling up on this good Sunday. We're going to talk some good boxing, though. You know, man, we got to start off by saying the fight this weekend, man, that took place. Yeah, Tay D was good with it, bro. How you feeling? You felt like she got some home cooking too? We got to build on that, man. I just want to start off by saying those ladies, man, that's why they deserve the recognition that that people that we push for in the sport, right? They simply go out there and they really lay it on the line, man. A lot of their, especially championship fights, they don't short you on no action or none of that. I mean, I think it's almost a disservice to these women. At least either give them 12 rounds or give them 10 3-minute rounds. You get what I'm saying? Either or, but budge somewhere. Either get them the extra 2 rounds, because I'm somewhat cool if everybody's not in agreement with it being 12 3-minute rounds. At least give them the extra 2 rounds. I'm pretty sure more people would agree that it wouldn't hurt to get 4 more minutes, bro. You get what I'm saying? Give us around 11 and 12. When you got to fight as competitive and as entertaining and as good as NATASHA, Jonas, and MIKAELA, they deserve a full 12 rounds at least. Yo, if you're not going to give them the 3, give them 12-minute rounds. Either or, man. They got to budge, man, for reasons like what we seen just yesterday. Now, I asked the question, did NATASHA Jonas get some home cooking? Because, I watched the fight. Now, look, key words, I say home cooking because maybe she got a favorable decision because in my eyes, I seen it for MIKAELA Mayer. You know what I'm saying? I understand people seen it the other way. That's why I ain't call it a robbery. It's a close fight. You get what I'm saying? Close competitive fights like that, where it's a lot of ebbs and flows and back and forth. It's like a game of inches. You know what I mean? You looking for the very, minimal advantages in there, and neither fighter, should I say, like took the fight and ran with it. It wasn't one of those. So it was no type of robbery, right? If somebody just won completely hands down, then cool. Robbery, I get it, but Nah, I want to be very clear. It wasn't a robbery, but just in my opinion, I think the judges got it wrong. And you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, yeah, even 8-3 minutes something, bro. They need them 3 minutes, man. Frequent flyer, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? They need them 3 minutes, bro. You get what I'm saying? They need them 12 threes. What's good with it? That fight was good, but it went way too quick. That's what I'm saying, bro. They need at least, if they ain't gonna give us the 3-minute rounds, if they ain't budging there, then at least give us 12. At least give us 12 rounds because they need it. Kate calls in the building. Was good with it. Jones was countering, but Mary was consistent the whole fight. You get what I'm saying? So we gonna talk about it because with me, y'all, I don't force nobody how to think. We have a conversation. I'm not gonna argue nobody down. If you felt like Jonas pulled it off because she did the better work and she was countering well, then I'm with you. I get it. But for me, I just felt like what got Mayer the decision for me is she started a little late. She did not late, but took her a few rounds to catch on. And I think once she did it, her work rate was so consistent that it was hard to ignore. Like you know, she was mixing it up well. I did see bro say she didn't go to the body enough. I'm not gonna argue that she could have went to the body more for sure to make it more definitive, but I think the combinations that she was landing, the consistency in her work rate, her constant pressure. The only thing that I dislike a ton that could have helped her out a lot more if she would have been getting her head off the line, because and some of the time she was following NATASHA Jonas. She wasn't cutting the ring off. She was following her a little bit, you know, coming in on a straight line. And that's how she was getting caught with them hooks and them overhands. You get what I'm saying? Just walking straight in. And, you know, I think she could have slipped a lot more punches had she been more aware defensively, you know what I mean? Been more responsible on the defensive end, like getting that head off the line, you know, not standing, you know, right in front of her opponent after she get her work off, you know what I mean? Just some things she need to work on. But other than that, you know, she put together a consistent performance. I think she outworked NATASHA Jonas. Her pressure was consistent. It was constant. She was always in her face. She was pressing the fight, and she had the volume on her side. And she, if you ask me, she hurt NATASHA Jonas maybe a couple times in that fight. She had her on her heels, man. She had her buzz on a couple of different occasions in that fight. I noticed that, and I just felt like her work rate was so consistent that it was hard for me to ignore that. And what I noticed, I hate to put it on the commentary, but even the way they was speaking on it, I was seeing shots that MIKAELA Mayer was landing clearly, and they were just talking over it. I was paying attention to it. I'm like, you got to give her credit for these shots that she landed. To me, I just think it was a back and forth fight. Yeah, maybe she started a bit late. You know, Jonas did do some very good work in there herself. You know, she was going to the body. She was mixing it up. She got really good feet. She can box. She's a well-rounded, skilled fighter. I like NATASHA Jonas. She really can fight. You know what I mean? Salute to my guys in the building. They said at least 12 2-minute or 10 3-minute. That's what I said. At least give them the 12 rounds or at least make them 10 3 minutes, bro. I'm right with you. Got to, man. Got to, because it needs to be some type of separation. Like, I hate to see how fast these fights go by. They come and they just go. You look up and the fight over. You get what I'm saying? You blink a couple of times, the fight be over, bro. Like, I hate it. All things was good with it, bro. Because she was pressing the fight, and you know, credit to Jonas. She stayed calm under a lot of that pressure, and you know, she picked her shots well. She countered specifically very well in there, but I think it was the work rate for me, or lack thereof. You get what I'm saying? She was so you know, I think concentrating on, you know, being a counter puncher, that she wasn't being first. And follow me, y'all. It's hard for me to ignore that one person is not only pressing the action, they're throwing more shots, they're landing shots, they're mixing them up pretty well. They catching you with big shots, stunning you a little bit. And I just didn't see the work rate to match it on the other side. And I think she was being too economical with her punches, and she wasn't being first. She was allowing MIKAELA Mayer to not only pressure her, but be first. You get what I'm saying? And it's hard to ignore that. She wasn't, you know, initiating the offense enough for me, and she was just waiting for it to come to her. And although she still fought a hell of a fight, and it was times where you seen her bite down and dig deep and rip combinations toward the end of some of them rounds. But, you know, ultimately, like, the full body of work, I just felt like MIKAELA Mayer worked harder. She pushed the pace. She landed the bigger shots, in my opinion, that were more eye-catching, because, like I said, I thought she stunned NATASHA Jonas a couple times, but credit to her, she recovered very well. You know what I mean? She recovered, and it was a great fight. Seemed like Mary had the harder punches. Yeah, coming up 2 weight classes, and still she was punching, right? It took her a few rounds. It seemed like, bro, at 12, and then she started coming with that that heat. And I'm like, I love this fight, man. TD says Serrano about to do another 3-minute fight. You get what I'm saying? Something got to give. She can't be the only one. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody else wants them 3-minute rounds. Timothy Stoudemire in the building. What's good, Tim? How you feeling? Adam, what's good, bro? Want to see Canelo fight Benavidez, but Jermall's not a bad fight. I get it. In hindsight, Icon Canadian. What's good, Icon? Barbara D. Peace and blessings, Queen. Happy Sunday to you. How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. I got some information about Charlo that I don't even know if I really want to say on here, because it's something that I know for a fact, don't nobody know, that I know for to be 100% fact, because I know somebody that know him. And I'm going to just say this, and I'm going to give it a little bit before I really say exactly what it is. But I'll say this, given the information that I just received from Jermall Charlo today, fighting Canelo Alvarez would be the worst thing he could do. I think that would be the absolute worst thing he could do. You know what I'm saying? Right now, like, give him saying, like, before this information, I would have hated the fight because of the circumstances in which we had to get it, with him obviously not being at the top of his game. But with that factor, and what I also received, some news I received about him today, like, the last place he need to be is anywhere near Canelo. Like, he can get himself hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he needs some more. He might need some more time off, respectfully. And I love the Charlo brothers, but Maul Charlo might need some more time off. I bet was not going anywhere. Yeah, I just think she might have got slightly some home cooking. And I want to be clear, y'all. I don't want to cry robbery. I just, you know how judges go all see different things sometimes. Like, I just believe I seen it in the favor of Mayer. You know what I mean? Slightly. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't no blowout. I understand it going the other way. You know what I mean? That she is the champion after all. You got to really take it to her and make it convincing. And I'm not saying she didn't do that, but nobody ran away with the fight, which is why, to me, it wasn't a robbery. You know what I mean? I just think she might have received a slightly favorable decision. You know what I mean? I think MIKAELA Mayer did some very, very good work, especially in the back half of the fight. You get what I'm saying? But if it's just them 10 rounds, them 2 minutes, it's just not enough, man. It's not enough. Yeah, I get you, Icon. I get you. LWBoxing and Fax Machine is in the building. What's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? You got to take it from the champ. Yeah, I mean, and I know that's just a saying, right? But I know a lot of people got that feel, like you really got to go in there and take it. And listen, she took it to her, man. She busted her eye up pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, MIKAELA Mayer walked out of there with like a little nick on her. You get what I'm saying? With like a little nick, man. Listen, man, she went out there and fought her ass off, man. Credit to both of these women. Like, I get it. This one, I'm not going to cry robbery. I don't think the judges was terrible on this. I just think maybe, like I said, she might have got a more favorable decision. And to some degree, MIKAELA Mayer was doing a lot of, like I said, walking in on them straight lines where it was allowing NATASHA Jonas to counter her and catch her with some big shots of her own. MIKAELA Mayer just showed a hell of a chin. She showed a very good chin and some good punch resistance, man. Showed the ability to really take a shot. It was a fun fight to watch, man. Much respect to them. Much respect to them. That's a loss. Like, that's a loss that you take. And if you MIKAELA Mayer, man, you don't hang your head on that at all. At all, bro. At all. Like, that was a a real battle in there. Like, you had 2 people in there that really didn't want to lose. And I ultimately I could really respect them. You know what I'm saying? I really Chief was good with it, bro. So I was just coasting. You already know how he doing. Roger was good with it. Get tank his Ferraris, right? You know that got everybody talking. That's why I be crying, Roger, when I see the tank say something. Man, they be all over it, boy. They be going crazy. But yeah, man. Ultimately, man, that fight last night, I appreciated that action, man. They really delivered, man. Hell of a main event for them. And listen, good scrap for MIKAELA Mayer. I know she'll be back. She really can flat out fight. She's well schooled, well trained, and she just can fight. You get what I'm saying? Gertz, what's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you in the bag. That allowed you got to take it from the champ. Yeah. And Tim, that's why I highlight that. I understand that way of thinking is out there, but I also want to highlight that that's just something that people say also. That's not like a written rule anywhere either. So but I do understand it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that way of sometimes just taking it to the champ that much more would make it more convincing. But in this fight, man, it was ebbs and flows, like at its best, at its finest. It was some high level boxing in there by both ladies, man. They really put on, man. I could say these are the type of fights that leave me satisfied, man. These ladies put on. You know what I'm saying? I love the fight from beginning to end. So sitting nice, you can go wait and get a big fight. 160, 175, you know how it is. That British guy is hard, though. Yeah, she has some good punching power, too. And MIKAELA Mary got a good beard, bro. Yep, split decisions, Adams. Close, she gonna give you that type of fight. You ain't gonna just run all over her, man. I picked MIKAELA Mary before the fight. I still think she edged it, but I'm not crying robbery at all. Credit to NATASHA Jonas, man. She's still tall. She took some big shots. Like I said, I believe she got buzzed a couple times. Mary had her on her heels a bit, and look, man, she bit down. She bit down, and she fought hard, yo. And I think that's another reason what kind of, kept her in the fight as well. Like she never quit. She never, folded under any of the pressure. Although MIKAELA Mary was applying constant pressure, NATASHA Jonas never folded. She never folded. She had a couple times where she was getting clipped with some shots and, got caught stationary a bit. Think back against the ropes a couple times, but ultimately, like, she just never folded under that pressure. And I think that's something the judges was able to see too. Like, she was always fighting back. So I think that's why I say no robbery here, no robbery, just a very close, competitive ass fight. And maybe she might have gotten some home cooking because obviously she home. You get what I'm saying? So that's just me. I don't think that's, crazy to say. You know what I mean? No robbery, just very close, competitive fight. Like I said, two women that didn't want to take a step back, didn't want to lose, and MIKAELA Mary just brought it. And like I said, Jonas, she boxed a beautiful fight as well, but she took some damage to that eye for sure, as y'all see in the picture. And Mary was on her ass, man. Free Republic was good with it. Said there's only two need to come back. Oh man, Dre Noble in the building was good with it. I'm praying Ryder wins this weekend. Yeah, I'm telling you something about it. I'm just rooting for him. Overall, the fight was fire, bro. Like I like to big up this sport and lift it up every chance I get. And I definitely want to spend some time giving these ladies, man, they credit and they just do, because they damn sure deserve it, man. Those are the type of fights you like to see. And they fought like two champions. Like, and give a damn, man. One left out with the belt, but those are two champions, man, because that was a championship level effort from MIKAELA Mary. And like I said, I understand no moral victories in boxing, but I'm just due, and I'm always gonna get these fighters their credit, and they just do. They deserve it. Hats off to both of them, man. I hope they run it back. Like MIKAELA Mary said after the fight, some fights warrant rematches. This is one of them. I think she deserved it. I think she earned it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, MIKAELA Mary is definitely solid. As solid as they come, man. Judge had 97, 93 Mary, and she still lost. How the hell did the judges have it so far apart from each other? It's crazy. It's just like, you know what I think it be sometimes, Tim? It's just like, how they all could be there and see different things. And it's like me and you could be from where we at and see something different than them. I think it's just one of them. But look, at home cooking, I'm not trying to say, and when I say home cooking in this particular instance, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying like corruption. I'm not going that direction with it for me, because it just was so close. I don't want to cry corrupt or robbery, but I just want to say, in my opinion, home cooking, meaning she might have got a favorable decision because she was home. Simply put, it's like home court advantage a little bit. You know what I mean? That extra little Not saying that they was plotting against her and, she was, none of that. But I just think, I did see Mary do some very good, consistent work. She put together some very good combinations. She was doubling up with the left some of the time. Like, she was doing some very good things in there, man. And I just, her constant pressure and her work ethic, her work rate was easy for me to spot. It stood out to me. You get what I'm saying? But the counter punching and the poise of Jonas under all that pressure to stay calm and keep boxing, like I said, that's what kept her in the fight. That's why I understand no robbery. You know what I mean? Sometimes the points of the scorecards could seem a little, uneven, but we know what we seen, y'all. We seen a great fight. I ain't mad at nobody that said either lady won. I'm not crying or robbery. Just a great fight. I just edged it slightly for Mary. You know what I'm saying? But I get it for the, for the people that say that Jonas won. I get it. It's just one of them. They just fought at a high level. When you get that type of fights, man, we really win as the fans. You know what I mean? If you was at that fight, you got your damn money's worth, a penny, and they got it. Facts done at high level. So that, you know, I'm not here to damper it. You know, no robbery. You know, we can see different things. Some people seen it for Jonas. A lot of people probably did, right? But it was just that type of fight, back and forth. And that sometimes that's what just lets you know that it deserves a rematch, right? You don't want to go cry robbery. Like, I like the way, you know, MIKAELA Mary responded in defeat. You get what I'm saying? She ain't sound all sour and salty. And then, again, credit to NATASHA Jonas for being a stand-up champion and giving her flowers. And you know, so her toughest 2 fighters that she's ever been in the ring with. So she had high praise for MIKAELA Mary. Much respect to her, and for good reason, because they pushed each other, man. Facts, Barbara. The ladies fought very well. Nia versus Bumgarner 2 would be cool. Man, after seeing the way she fought right here, Adam, man, absolutely. Give her any fight that she want. I ain't even trying to be funny. Any fight that makes sense within reach for her, get it to her, because she deserves it. You know she going to go out there and fight. And that's why I say this is a perfect example for me to highlight why I support fighters win, lose, or draw. This is the perfect example. Despite her results, she could lose. Her last loss, I respected her against Alicia Bumgarner. Look how close that was. Like, that's why I say I rock with the fighter win, lose, or draw. These type of losses just make me rock with her even more. I appreciate her a lot more after seeing how well she just fought in this fight, man. You know, coming up the weight and all of that, you could tell she had to adjust to it and all that. It took some adjusting, and man, she got to it, man. She got to it, man. They left it in the ring, man. Salute to them both. Like I said, that was just a great fight, man. That was a great fight. And I'm glad I sat there and watched it. And the only thing I'm mad about, and I'm not even mad about the decision and none of that. Only thing I'm mad about is that it ain't had 3-minute rounds or 12 rounds. Like, that's it. You just wanted to see more of that. That's all. Because it was that type of scrap, man. You judge it for a reason, y'all. I'm gonna give it to you, give you the nod. You know, you did something that night. I'm telling you, it's like that. So again, you know, I just want to be very open about this one, like, and clear. No robbery. Great fight. I just seen it slightly for Mary, but I can understand it for Jonas, man. Hell of a fight. Hell of a championship fight. And like I said, I hope they do it again. I hope they do it again. It serves some good, man. That'd be well worth it, I believe. Salute to them ladies. So, man, all right, moving on, man. Again, much love and respect to the ladies. Salute to NATASHA Jonas holding that belt down, and she got, you know, Mary gave her all she could handle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm missing something. Light was good with the family. Good to see you in the building. Fate was good, bro. How you feeling? I see that. Oh, it's quite common in boxing. You just score similar. And the other one, yeah. All your lines kicking ass, Tim. Lines kicking ass. Salute to your lines, man. Salute to your lines, man. Salute to them. I ain't that salty. My team got their ass kicked, but it's all good. It's all good, man. But again, much respect to them. That was a great fight, man. But let me see, man. Where else I want to go, man? I know we've been seeing a lot of this with Rolly and Pitbull Cruz stuff. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that stuff is confirmed. I don't know if how far along they got. I just know it's out there. So when it's out there, I talk about it. Like I said, I don't just make up my facts. I see the fight being out there right now. I see Rolly posting it. You know, I hear people saying Pitbull can go up to 140 and fight him. So look, I'm just not against good fights. If Ryan and Rolly are not gonna fight, if Pitbull and Ryan are not gonna fight, like, it's like they in a triangle, bro. There's like somehow I don't know who's stuck in the middle out of them three. You know what I mean? You salute to Jonas. It was a great fight. You know what I mean? I don't know who's stuck in the middle out of them three. You get what I'm saying? They all, to me, will make entertaining fights. You know, obviously Ryan and Rolly, because they got the history with the infamous sparring footage in the past. Or you could, Pitbull is an entertaining guy, even though I'm just not particularly big on his style. But he gonna get in there and crash out. He gonna get in there, like my bro Floss, he always say, Pitbull gonna go in there and crash out every time. You can guarantee it. Guarantee you gonna go there, balls to the wall. He gonna leave nothing there. He gonna go try to knock your head in the rafters somewhere if you could. Yeah. I think Mayor, it just was more consistent, and she gave a consistent effort with her work rate. I appreciate it. Just for the vacant WBA strap, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. So I mean, 7 and 4, 5. Salute to your lines, bro. Teach was good with it. Pitbull became a high commodity out of nowhere, right? He got options. You get what I'm saying? Remote JBT in the building. Just boxing talk was good. Remote Teach was good. Family, how y'all feeling? I was hoping for Rolly versus Ryan, and look, I'm with either of the fights. I just like discussing them because they're potential matchups. Like, I don't know which direction they're gonna ultimately go, but I know the most recent one was the Rolly and the Pitbull. Like I said, that'll surprise me a little bit. You know what I mean? That's out of nowhere. Rolly and Pitbull. Ain't nobody expect that. Pitbull and Ryan, either or. Like, whoever to settle on the Pitbull fight, the Pitbull at 140. Like, who expected any of this? You know what I mean? I did. So look, if it's Pitbull and Rolly. And a big word, I say if until we get further details, but I'm going to discuss it because it's out there, right? Ray Davis in the building. What's good, family? How you feeling? Face said Pitbull and cursed out and be so confused at the press. He ain't going to know what's going on. Frontline, what it do, family? Ryan down bad. It's like he's stuck in the middle. I think, like I said before, him and Oscar De La Hoya feud, if you will. I think that's starting to spill over into the business end. I don't know if that's the sole reason why he found himself in this position, or if it's just Ryan mismanaging his situation, right? I don't know. I think it's a collective effort. So I think most importantly, I hope, for the sake of boxing and his career, that if he's going to be with Oscar De La Hoya for any extended period of time in the foreseeable future, I think it make a lot of sense for them to try to salvage whatever, was their relationship, and at least where they can move forward, they can get on the same page, and this dude can go get an opponent, stand tall on the opponent, and deliver a fight. You get what I'm saying? Because all this raising your hand for Devin Haney and then pulling out of negotiations, like, I know it's a lot of a lot of this should be for show, but a lot of people went to blaming Floyd. I'm not really into blaming other people. Like, he a grown man. Ultimately, it had to be his decision at the end of the day, right? So I think with him. From him going from Rolly to not Rolly to Devin to not Devin to maybe Rolly to Pitbull, like, he all over the place. You get what I'm saying? I think he just need to, him and Oscar need to sit down, man, and work them a little bit, work them issues out. Whatever issues it is, they need to work it out so they could get on the same page. Because and then I forgot, pardon me, y'all, I'm leaving out the recent Jose Ramirez situation where he just straight up said, look, I'm not fighting no Ramirez. Like, that's not happening. So, and that's after Oscar De La Hoya came out and said how close that was to being made. So, I'm not here to slander and trash him. Like, look, I would just like to see the dude settle down, man. Settle down. You know what I mean? Take your time, man. Go square some business away with your promoter. You know what I mean? So y'all not getting in each other's way. And make sure you not getting in your own way. You get what I'm saying? Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Ryan is a talented boxer. I'm gonna always say that. I think the biggest confusion with him is how he moves at this stage of his career. You would have thought some of these antics and ways was behind him, but it is what it is. He's still young. He's still learning. I don't think he's the worst guy in the world. Obviously, I think he's a good kid. Like I said, more importantly, he is talented, and he is with a trainer in Derek James that I feel like, believes in him. And I think as long as they're able to work and establish some chemistry, man, I think Ryan will be all right, man. But I think he just needs to take his time and move forward, man. Make sure he ain't getting in his own way. For sure, he's definitely a grown man. He just gotta, buckle down. Pitbull and Rolly, I'll take it. Like, I'll take it. Because I think it'd be entertaining. Like, I don't know if that fight goes the distance, right? Why would it? Like, those dudes look like they going in there to smoke each other. You know what I'm saying? You already know how Pitbull fighting, and Pitbull gonna force you to fight. So, and it'd be funny seeing Rolly have to adjust to a guy that's small like that, like how Tank had to do. It'd be funny, man. And Pitbull is durable, so who knows? Maybe it could go the distance. Maybe, or maybe it'd just be like a barn burner. Either way, I think it's an entertaining fight, an unexpected one. But I think it would be entertaining for sure. Said Ryan has enough fights to fight these dudes unless he worry. Yeah, facts. He got enough fights. What's this? This Rolly talking to, what is this? Al Heyman, man. Oh, what is this? Oscar De La Hoya. Man, bro, who is this? This Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia in the DMs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ryan versus Tank 2 end of the summer. I get why people say that to a certain degree, but I still would be surprised if they run it back, simply because of me feeling like I feel like Tank fights are going to be at 135. But, anything can happen. The possibility is always there if it made sense because of the numbers that they did. And I think the only way that makes sense if Ryan is able to secure some type of win that makes sense for him, like, a solid win, not an Oscar Duarte, or even he beating up Rolly or getting a title or something like that. I could see it making sense, but you just never know. Andrew Gray in the building. What's good, Drew? How you feeling, bro? So this is Rolly posting DMs of him and Oscar, and this is Oscar saying, "Man, what the fuck, bro? Talking shit about me. I have nothing but respect for you. I offered a shitload of money to you, and you turned it down. Go fight Pitbull for pennies, bro, and good luck." He said, "You should thank me and trademark Oscar De La Fishnets. You're welcome." Oh, man, that's Rolly. This now going back and forth with Oscar. Damn. Oscar saying he offered Rolly, a shit ton of money, and he turned it down. You know what I mean? Then he said, go fight Pitbull for pennies. Wow. That's deep, man. So, see, the saga continues, man. So, I mean, listen, I guess it'll be maybe it's Rolly and Pitbull. Look, he posted it. We'll wait for further details, like if it's for sure or not. They're going to get a date and all that good stuff. But like I said, just for conversation purposes, it would be a good fight. It'd be entertaining. Like I said, Pitbull, despite his style, like he don't shortchange you on the entertainment. He going to always go for it. You know what I mean? And if he ain't knocking somebody out, you know what I mean? I don't know if he gonna get knocked out, but he damn sure usually knocking somebody out, so or going for it. So it at the very least, I see it being an entertaining scrap. Say Floyd can get Ryan to talk that money made over social media moguls. I think that's why Floyd wants him. It's about the money rather than the fight. Yeah, they be going in on X. You know what I mean? Formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, man, that's funny though, man. That's funny. So that's what Oscar had to say to Rolly, man. To more to this saga. He's saying he offered him that bag. He said he turned it down. But again, Rolly has said something else too. Rolly has spoke about it. A little short clip. I got a Rolly speaking about this situation. Hold on. He spoke real quick, real short.
Just they could go themselves for wasting my time. I said, going back and forth for the longest amount of time, and they want to do behind my back, they could off. Let's see if Fat Boy can even go down to 140. I heard he eating some tacos right now. I'm going to say like this. Word of advice, don't do business with divas. It never goes well. I'm going to try to give you guys the most entertaining fights in boxing.
And that's Rolly. That's what Rolly had to say in that short clip. So I'm saying don't do business with divas. He basically sounded like he was tired of the back and forth. I don't know to the extent of the back and forth, but it seemed like just as quick as things was on track, they fell apart just as fast. I mean, look, like I keep saying, it's weird that they stuck in some weird type of triangle where I truly don't know who's gonna get who first. I don't know who the hell Ryan gonna fight. I don't know who the hell if Rolly really gonna actually fight Pitbull, because that would have to mean what, Pitbull going up to 140. So listen, I guess he ready to make fights. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it would be an opportunity for Pitbull. Nonetheless, I don't see why, if this is an actual fight that's on the table, that he would turn it down. It's an opportunity to become a champion. So it would be foolish of him not to take it. You know what I mean? Hate the business of boxing, spoken in public. Take away from the fight. It killed the fight, Remo. It kills the fights, I believe. And I think some people know that by now. Like, you get what I'm saying? Some people know that by now. It definitely killed the fights. Motivation ain't the best no more. It's the purse. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, for real. I think Rolly has good sense, but he's playing the character for the money. Like I said, entertaining fight, not competitive, right? And so, I mean, y'all talk to me. Who y'all got if this fight happens, man? Who y'all leaning toward? Y'all leaning toward that yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all think Pitbull is gonna slip in there and catch him with one of them Jones? Not a pay-per-view fight? Nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they shouldn't even try to push that. I would hope not. Don't do that to us. Miss Joy said, "Nah, I think Rolly's dumb spots were funny." I'll say this, man. He definitely got a screw or two loose, but I think I get what bro's saying. To some degree, I be feeling like it's a character too, because some things, if you ever hear him talk, you know what I mean, depending on how much he's talking and what it's about, he'll say things that let you know that he got some sense up there. He ain't completely, you know what I mean? I just think that's his MO. Just being silly as hell. Chat up 12-3 said I got Pitbull. Okay, Pitbull and 8 or 9 versus Rolly. Dang, y'all got Pitbull getting Rolly up out of this slight edge to Pitbull. Dang. I all got Pitbull, man. You ain't got no love for Rolo, Big Rolo. Man, Big Rolo, man. Big Rolo doing big things, man. He the cash cow. He one of the cash cows. Y'all ain't heard? He a big deal out here, man. Big Rolo. Big Rolo gonna go out there and mess around and get caught by one of them damn sweeping punches by Pitbull, Cruz, and get slapped. I'll say this, man, all things real. Like, if this is a fight that's up next, let's just say hypothetically, because you know how things change from day to day, week to week in boxing. But let's just say this is the direction that they're going. This is the fight they're giving us. Look, I don't expect this fight to go the distance given these dudes' styles, but I wouldn't be fully surprised if it did for some reason. But I'll tell you this. What's interesting is both of these dudes fought Tank Davis, right? They both got a common opponent in Tank Davis, and who performed better against Tank Davis? I understand Tank had the injured hand against Pitbull, but who looked like they survived better after Tank Davis lost? Is it Pitbull or is it Rolly? You get what I'm saying? Because Rolly been looking a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? So TJ was good with the fan. He said Rolly by stoppage. Okay, talk to him. Rolly's last performance wasn't impressive at all. Versus Barroso, nah, they took that from Barroso. Think Rolly got a shot. I think so too, Ray. I definitely think he got a shot. I feel like whoever land first, man. I don't know, man. I think Rolly got a shot at clipping him, but if Rolly is gonna be like hesitant, how he was against like second guessing himself a little bit, overthinking in there a bit against Pitbull Cruz, it could backfire. As you know, Pitbull, like I say, he's super aggressive and he gonna crash out. He gonna try to land that shot. I want to know if Rolly gonna catch him or he gonna catch Rolly. But it'll be fun to watch. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Watch for the hook. Putting the color in the chat. Much love and appreciation, bro. He said, what to do, just though I got Rolly winning by robbery. Or you think long as he stay upright and don't get slept, he got it in the bag?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to my guy. Watch for the hook. So they had to pay Barroso step aside money. That's a real question too. That's a real question because where do Barroso fit in this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't ask him out of the equation, right? You just don't know. And it seemed like people don't want to fight Barroso, man. You got to fight him. People just come in, man. I'm telling you, bro. He just go for it. Marquis, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. He just go for it. He get in there and go. You know what I'm saying? And they two awkward, reckless kind of, you know what I mean? Reckless kind of fighters. They both got a tendencies in there to be careless or reckless. You know what I mean? And get caught with shots. I don't know. I'm telling you, that'd be entertaining to see Pitbull dealing with that. I mean, Pitbull pressure and Rolly. See Rolly having to deal with that little dude. That'd probably be a headache for Rolly. I'm telling you, it's a little different. You have to fight nobody that small before, man. It might be a problem for you, yo. It might really be a problem. It might get sticky in there on Rolly, man. I don't know. I said it'd be entertaining to watch, though. Like I said, man. But like I said, when it's all said and done, they look like they tied into this back and forth between who's gonna fight who. And like I said more recently, Oscar De La Hoya just said he turned it down. So I'm more than sure that based off that it's not gonna be Ryan and Rolly, right? It's definitely not gonna be that. So I don't know where Ryan goes from here. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I think that feud or the lack of communication and them two being on the same page is starting to stall fights for Ryan for one reason or another. It's like they can't get on the same page, and it can't get no better. IB was good with it. Salute to my guy Marquis. I don't see it getting no better if they don't fix it, right? So I don't know if this guy Ryan stuck out in the cold looking for a fight now. Did he overplay his hand in this situation and miss out on the opportunity? I don't know, because I know he had the ultimate opportunity. At least it appeared when they were discussing it with Devin Haney, and then you went from that to, you know, Rolly, and then they was talking this Pitbull stuff. Pitbull was calling you out. Now, you know, they moved on to Rolly. So just a mess, man. I just wish it would be more, you know, in stone as to who's fighting who, so we could really break down these fights. But like I said, we still gonna build on it. It don't matter. Rolly gonna rap a lot. He's gonna do his jiu-jitsu skills. Rolly gonna be there, probably trying his best not to get clipped, man. I could see him, man. Be too hesitant. Pitbull gonna be throwing for the fences too. Telling you. Man, beat that girl, man. She had the nerve to say, I understand, Mayor. I lost before too. Yeah. Try to level with her too much. Fate. We like, hold on there's her miss. Man. you didn't exactly win that, but salute to them ladies though. Ryan bites the dust again. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know where he go from here. He gotta be careful, man. He got talent, man. Like I'm gonna always say that. I say my jokes about Ryan, but the dude got some talent, man. Got some talent. He got some athleticism. I think his speed is real. Got some solid power. He got good hook to the body. He got something to work with, man. It's all on him, man. It's all on him. It's all on him. It's all how he approach it, bro. And like I said, it ain't, you know, being on the opposite page as your promoter ain't doing you no good either. So they just gotta get that situation squared away. But yeah, man, let's see it though, man. I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, Ryan definitely. Yeah, he got potential, man. He got potential to really be something. He really do. Really do. Listen, you just gotta take it more serious, man, than something. I just don't. He be all over the place. Like, think about the list of opponents that he just went through just already. And it's giving me like 2022. What year was that when he was calling all the people out, or he's supposed to fight everybody and not fighting them? He giving me those type of vibes again. And I don't really want to see that from him. I want to see some growth for Ryan, man. He in a position to do it. You know, when fought the boogeyman and Tank Davis, your boogeyman. You get what I'm saying? All this other shit should be, you get what I'm saying? Nothing. Yeah, you went in there with an absolute dog in Tank Davis, bro. Get what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to lose at this point, bro. You got everything to gain. Think about it. Think about it. People already counting you out. You get what I'm saying? You could surprise some people by taking things a lot more serious. I'm telling you. You think top rank Golden Board PBC will let their top fighters ever go to Saudi for that Arab money? So we'll work outside of them taking extra off the top. I mean, that's a good question, Marquis. It's interesting, man. I'm not gonna sit here and make it sound like I had the exact answer to that, right? But one would have to see, right? You hear how Tank talking, and I know he could just be talking, right? He could just be throwing shit out there. He said, man, they kind of made him mad with that talk. He said, man, they gonna need 2 Ferraris delivered for him to go over there. So I think it is. I think if Al Heyman or not even just Al Heyman, if Top Rank Golden Boy, if any of these guys are to consider that, I think it'll take some careful thinking, man. You get what I'm saying? The fights that still have to make sense. I think it'll have to. I know money do talk. You get what I'm saying? But it's a matter of, you know, if everybody really wants to go there. You know what I mean? Do people really want to fight over there? I mean, it's just crazy. And what fight is it going to be? You get what I'm saying? Because I don't see why he would have to have any of these guys have their biggest stars go elsewhere to make these fights. So it's tricky. Tim Layton in the building. What's good with it? JBT in the building. What's good, my bro? Yeah, Fate. He got some potential, bro. You do. You just need some schooling. You need to keep working. But that bluffing is like a talent, I'm telling you. Now, for real, Marquez, is like it'll take some careful, consideration, especially I think when you talk about a Tank Davis, right? Somebody at that level, and obviously everybody ain't on that level. So I feel like the opportunities are different for other people, and it might be more advantageous to these other guys. But I think at Tank Davis, you know, a lot might go into that, and it might take some careful consideration before you sending your cash cow over there. And what fight are you making over there? You know, I think it's just a lot to consider for me. From my vantage point, I would at least think so. Maybe Ryan gets the loser. Roby versus Pitbull. He needs something, bro. He needs something, Chief. 93 Octane said Wilder have a problem accepting Saudi money. Yeah, that's Wilder. Again, man, as Wilder, I just think each fighter's situation is different, right? And I think, again, to consider all things, like what was to be said, what fight was this be said to be coming for Wilder had he won that fight? You know, everybody's, you know what I mean, knowledge, it was going to be AJ, right? So I think it was, you know, conditions and things, circumstance that led to it working that way for Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. That's what Wilder's situation just different. And he had a potential Joshua fight on the table for what we understand had he won. So I don't know. I guess it just all depends, though. It all depends, man. I can't answer for these dudes, but I definitely think it would at least take some careful consideration before you toss your guys over there. You know what I mean? Or you send your guys over there, however you want to look at it. And again, money rules, man. So money talks. So he would never concede a 25-pound disadvantage versus Devin snack program would nullify that fight. It would not happen. You might be right, bro. Might be right. Ryan gained those bad boxing habits. Yeah. Just constantly training the wrong way, Fate. Like doing things the wrong way. It's like muscle memory right now. Some of the things he do wrong is like muscle memory. Like he really need to work on practicing good habits instead of and put away some of them bad habits, and he'd be a much more efficient fighter, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He put away some of them bad habits, sharpen up on some of them rough edges and them corners. He'd be a better fighter. Wilder's on the back end of his career. It's just has a leave generational wealth too. Yeah, it's just different with Wilder. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like his situation is different, and that circumstance and, you know, what was to come had everything been on the up and up, you know what I mean, is what, you know, kind of led him to being there. I'm not saying that if that wasn't the case, he still wouldn't have done it. But for me, just seeing the way it was set up, it seems like that's, you know, that helped lure him there. That helped him make that decision. You know what I'm saying? That possibility of getting that AJ fight that would have made, you know, a ton of money for both guys. That I still think can make money for both guys. Offer coffee, money for boots, which I feel the same. I wouldn't listen. I'm not against people going over there though at all. Like, I mean, I just at this point, like, I just want to see fights, right? And it's like we as fight fans, we gonna pay for whatever makes sense. So if it take for some fights to be over there for them to happen, I understand people just want to see the fights. I'm with you, but who knows, man? I don't know. Like I said before, I don't know if going over there is the long term. Is that a long term fix, or is that just like a flash in the pan kind of situation right now? I mean, I don't know. And like I said, what prompted dude to get his hand, what did they call him? His excellency. What prompted him to put his hand in boxing or something? It has something to do with his health too. You know what I mean? So is this something that you really want, or is you just entertaining for the now? You know what I mean? Is this long term? I don't know. But shit, I would love to see that fight wherever it's at. I ain't gonna lie to you. Crawford and Boots. Instagram fighter. Yeah, I think he's more than an Instagram fighter, bro. I do. I think Ron is more than an Instagram fighter for sure. I just think the fact that he's built his following heavily through social media, I don't think that's something he really gonna be able to shake. I think that label gonna somewhat always be attached to him. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nothing Instagram about going in there fighting Tank Davis. You get what I'm saying? So I get it, but I think he's more than an Instagram fighter for sure. Yeah. One's getting punched in the face by a dude 25 pounds heavier, and they don't get the dangers of it. Yeah, all these spews ignorance. Yeah, for sure. That's why you just got to consider all things, and you got to be real, man. When you talk about trained professionals and trained athletes, you know what I mean? Unless you're an anomaly like Wilder, everybody ain't fighting guys that significantly outweighing them. You know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of it. Some guys do, but, you know, fight of this magnitude, you would think that both guys, especially a guy that considered the A side, gonna want things on the most, you know, even as playing field as possible. Simple. You know what I mean? Call him a model. This is the Discredit Tank's victory with the exhibition talk. True indeed. BN Boxing News. What's good, BN? How you feeling, bro? And that's true. Benzo in the building. What's good, family? Blessings to you, family. Said never the face of boxing. Only person proven all time great. Made some gloves, man. Salute to Canelo, man. He a hell of a fighter, bro. He is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You over here at Just Do It. Tell you that. I get on his ass about some of his decisions and his opponent selection, but I'm still not blinded by the fact that the dude is put on significantly for the sport of boxing. That's hard to ignore. Like, he's put on. Make no mistake about it, Canelo. But you can call him for me, I just don't think it's one undeniable face of boxing, right? I think it's a couple faces of boxing, or, you know, people that represent the sport on that type of level. You know what I mean? It's a couple of those guys. There's not many of them, but he's definitely one of them, man. And he's at the top of things, man. Can't deny that, man. He put in a lot of work. Dude got over 60 fights. Shit, he been pro since 15 years old. Canelo put in a lot of work. But at the same time, I think just putting it in perspective, that's why people demand so much from him. You get what I'm saying? Because they know what he's capable of. They see the work he put in. And, you know, you don't never want to see a guy feel like they above the sport, and you don't have to get back to the same sport that's responsible for why you able to live that life you live, right? So, I mean, we hold him to a high standard because we know, you know what I mean? You get paid like it. Find the real boxers fans come mainly from social media posts. You know how it goes. Social media has just been good to him, man. He's been very marketable through social media, and I think I respect it. You know what I mean? But I respect it more if you take advantage of it, man. He in a very unique situation, man. So I was saying, you want to link with Al Heyman? It'll be hard for these fighters to duck. Wait till the fight is so-called big enough. The fights will be here in the States. Also, not just over there. I feel that. I just think, you know, anytime you're talking about, you know, stars and big, you know, guys that garner a lot of money and attention, man, I don't think it's going to be no 1, 2, 3. That's going to take some doing, I believe. Even though people, you know, we want to see these fights, but it's just that business got to make sense. Sensitive to the way Tank be talking. I think they already know what time it is. Shit, they can't be fake. They had Jarrell Miller over there. They cool. Oh man, Jarrell was snapping. Remember, Big Baby Miller was going off. I just deleted that out of here too. I had that video when he was snapping off like that. But yeah, I think they'd be all right. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, you see what Tank said. So Tank said, "Hey man, these people, they're gonna have to send me a couple Raries, man. Send me a couple Raries, man. They out here talking crazy." Cruz gonna also Haney program. Rolling Cruz. Thanks, man. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Tank already told Devin gonna run shit out. He calls the shots. Fighting it's happening in the States, not in Saudi. Yeah, I just don't think, you know, again with Tank, like he has to bend the knee. He don't have to do that. You don't have to go there to make money. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I say each fighter is different, but particularly somebody in his situation where he's a proven fighter where he's at, and he doesn't have to go outside of where he's at to make money. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that full well. You don't have to somewhat forfeit his leverage and go somewhere else. You don't have to do none of that. So I think that's the problem people gonna run into with him. They think just because they out here throwing money around that everybody's supposed to just say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go over there. I don't think that's going to be the case when it comes to everybody. PGA's big dog in the building. Nah, I ain't talking about the amateur records, bro. I ain't bring that one up yet. You see what the Haney said about the Ferrari. Yeah, I see Bill said, what color? He said, what color? And is that going to get the Tank and Haney fight? Bill's a funny guy, man. I told Tank's 5 foot Mexican. Yeah, Dev started his career. Yes, that's why I say I hate that narrative, because it forces me to bring that up, Zoom, and then I don't be wanting to make it sound like I'm discrediting one guy, but I just be trying to make a point. Like I think he fought more than them. And again, the last guy he fought was flat-foot too. He just wasn't Mexican. So I mean, for leverage to earn a career high payday in Saudi. Yeah, I don't see. And again, you gotta think, man. The guy is already all money ain't good money. 93. It's gonna be one of them situations, bro, where all money ain't good money. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, and again, that's me. Maybe that's not the situation. Maybe you don't have to do that going there, but that's just something that kind of looms in my head. Like, he's not the guy that has an issue making money. And one thing we do know about the Saudis is they throwing that money at people, right? And somewhat, I don't want to say overpaying, because I can't tell people what they worth, but inflating purses, so to speak, maybe pay people to come there. You would think so. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if a guy wants to forfeit his leverage to go fight somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it might come down to, a situation where it's like all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying money ain't good in that way, but you get what I'm saying, where the situation still got to make sense. You know what I mean? Money is always going to be great, but I think especially when you've already positioned yourself to make such, you know what I mean, big bags and shit like that, like you don't have to be desperate or pressed to do so. You know what I'm saying? Where some people, that opportunity might be, once in a lifetime type for some people to make money like that, whereas that's not the case with him in particular. That's just in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't have all the answers. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The image, the way he came off. With Ferraris. I think so too. I think he just talking. I think he was just talking some talk. This would be, talking shit. He said, tell him to send you some gold bars. Yeah, I think Tank was just talking, man. He know people gonna take his tweets and run with it. I mean, I just look at that stuff and I laugh, man. And I'll talk about it myself, but I ain't gonna go crazy about it, right? I ain't gonna take it as law. Like, some people gonna see that tweet and they gonna be like, I can't believe, like, he really don't want to go over there. He must don't want to fight. He's saying they got to send him Ferraris to fight. That's crazy. Like, some people gonna take it way too. I mean, I think he just talking. I was thinking that, I'm sorry, y'all paid me in gold. Want yours in gold. That's funny, man. That's funny. I don't know, man. I don't know what it's gonna take, man. Who knows, bro? We're gonna see. And I see Shakur and De Los Santos. Shakur leaked the DMs with him and De Los Santos going back and forth. Not going back and forth, but I see these dudes got respect for each other at the end of the day. And they spoke about, possibly running it back again. De Los Santos said, but admit it, you felt the pressure. De Los Santos wanted to admit you felt the pressure. Shakur was like, nah, I ain't feel the pressure. Backing up a lot at the round 7 champ, but I admit you are a great fighter. For sure. Tank going under Shakur, Haney, T, or Loma. I don't know, man. I'll say this, bro. Time to reveal all things. That's all I could say. I mean, I think he feel confident he can beat any of them dudes. P. Hunter was good with it, bro. Yeah, they go in. Flawless mentality, Dr. Mark. Salute to the OG. How you feeling today? My good brother. One Rolls Royce to each player for the national soccer team for winning one game. Did they? Damn. Laced them, huh? Visual Tank fans, they keep moving the goalposts. Now, listen to this, though, bro. Understand this, though, 93. One thing you gotta understand is no matter what these quote-unquote Tank fans do, moving the goalposts, if that's how you feel, it don't matter what they do, because they had what they say has no bearing on how Tank moves. You get what I'm saying? For instance, and this is, no slight to nobody, a lot of people are making a big deal about the weight and stuff like that. You're not even hearing it from the fighter himself. You never forget that. So the fans can feel how they want. They can, essentially move the goalposts however they want, right? But the fact of the matter is, they goalposts moving has nothing to do with how the actual fighter and their team are going to move, if you get what I'm saying. A lot of times people be making big deals out of stuff that the fighter's not even making a big deal out of. Like I said, case in point, the weight. I mean, a lot of people is up here whining about that 4 Tank and his team. Not even, you know what I mean? It ain't even them. I'm gonna help comment. He's scoring signs to make the fight. Now, I just think it's one of them situations where you see that two dudes got mutual respect. That's what I get. That's what I get from it. Mutual respect. Nobody got dissed right here. You get what I'm saying? They talking about, called him a great fighter. De Los Santos saying how you got respect for him. You get what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's simple. Just a little, you know what I mean? And I just spoke on that because I happened to see it. But again, I watched the fight down the road with him at 100%, see how it play out. De Los Santos earned that. You know what I mean? Salute to him. I think he's going to make some good fights moving forward. Mr. No F with Canelo, he said, does Tank want 100 mil to fight Haney? I mean, the thing is, you just don't know how much he'll get paid to fight Haney. But I don't know if y'all been keeping up with some of the stuff Tank said, man. Better pay attention, man. That man done said he done cleared some money. I ain't counting their pockets, but I done seen him speak on it. You know what I mean? So who knows? But how could anybody guarantee that him fighting Haney would get him $100 million though? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you could guarantee that. You know what the numbers would be like. We just assume that they make a lot of money, right? But we don't know. Just don't know. We gotta see. Now you gotta think. Don't take that tweet too serious. He ain't really asked for the Ferrari. He just talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't take that too serious. You know what I'm saying? He's not really asking them for it. He just, you know what I mean? Just talking. B-Dog, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Just that, like I said, man, the only thing we could do is let time work it out and really see what the plan is for these dudes, man, and who gonna get in the ring with who. I always say this, you know what I mean? I just can't predict the future, but just gotta wait and see. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I say, man, I just don't know, because I mean, they say he don't want to do this, he don't want to do that, but because you look on the other end, you could probably say the same. See, Shakur unify. I'm pretty sure he want to unify. I'm pretty sure he want to. After the LDTV blessings, family, how you feeling, bro? Pretty sure he want to unify. Shit, I would want to see it, because that's what makes sense. He got a title now, right? Why wouldn't he want to unify? I would want to see unifications, if that's what's on the table. You know what I mean? Yeah, B-Dog. I don't think he ain't in need the same way they are. I mean, say you fight another essay. I don't know, man. You just gotta see who's available. I was saying this the other day, bro. You know what I mean? I want what y'all want too. Them same fights, but them things gotta be on the table and they gotta be realistic. Fighters gotta be available. I mean, it always take two, bro. I mean, teams, you know what I mean? One person can't make the fight by themselves. I don't care how big you think you are. It's impossible. But, you know, you're still ignorant, absent-minded from the crew. Yeah, man. They just gotta, I'll just say, we gotta let it play out. So tank manufacturer. I mean, look, I can't tell you how to feel about it. Bole, what's good with it, my guy? How you feeling? Hey, Martin's a good scrap. I do. Yeah, I hope that's what they pick. 93. I do. I hope Frank Martin. And the only thing that gave me a little, you know, I'd be comment creeping. And, you know, I seen Frank Martin last post. And unless he just, you know, doing fighter talk, he said something about taking it to the ceiling or something like that. You know what I mean? His next one, he gonna take it to the ceiling. So, you know, it just made me think he had something lined up. But that could just be me reading too deep into that. But we gonna see. We're gonna see. Tank versus Frank. Yeah, make a lot of sense, bro. Make a lot of sense. Right, P. I'm with it. Why did he rob Mayor like that? Bole, man. I thought she won too. Crush the legend was good, family. You know what I mean? I ain't want to call it, you know, I ain't call it a robbery, right? Because it was so competitive and close. But I thought Mayor definitely pulled it off. You know what I mean? I thought maybe, you know, like I said earlier, Jonas might have got a little home cooking. No robbery, just a little home cooking, though. And they, you know, every fighter situation is different, man. Like I said, you know, Floyd said he had a plan, and we seen what that was, and he moved a certain way. I don't think that plan came without any resistance, right? I always say this. I just don't think people acknowledge the work that he's put in. As long as you're not seeing who you want to see when you want to see it, you just can't acknowledge the work that he's actually put in. You know what I'm saying? I say it all the time. I can't make people see it. You gotta say it on both sides. Like, as much as people keep saying sending contracts, like you don't skip steps like that. Don't nobody just send a contract to a fighter hoping he gonna sign it, right? And just because somebody yelling in the public send a contract, they know it don't go like that. They know that's not how you get a fight done. You know what I'm saying? That stuff be smoke and mirrors. People got to pay attention to the 52 fake out. People don't be going out of their way to make fights with that man. Like we've been saying it before. Like that man said call Al, and everybody said that was stupid. Why would he call Al? That's because you would want to fight, so that's what you would do. But instead, they're telling Tank to send out contracts like that's the way it worked. That's not the way it go. You could criticize him, bro. You can criticize him all you want. Ain't nothing wrong with criticizing him, Benzo. But you just gotta be, I guess, realistic with the criticism. You gotta, like, again, a lot of times people can't even tell me the opportunities where all of these guys that y'all be saying y'all want to see him fight was available. People be pulling the 52 fake out with the banana and the tailpipe shit. Like, you gotta see through the smoke and mirrors, man. I think it's no better time than now for these dudes to fight each other, right? You can criticize them. I'm not in defense of no fighter being criticized, but just got to put it in perspective and be realistic. A lot of times that these names will be yelling out. Again, these dudes just don't be on the table. Well, how you gonna fight them? J.A. Dixon, what's good, Jay? What's good with it? Maybe better when a fighter lose. That one can't scare and embarrass them by the fans if they lose. I say this: nobody wants to lose, right? Like, we know that none of these dudes want to lose, but again, I don't think they scared of each other. I think we just got to understand that business need to work itself out. Like, if the only place that you clamoring for the fight is in the media and you won't spend an ounce of that energy behind closed doors making the fights, then do you really want it? Like, again, I keep saying this to y'all. Both sides have to want to fight, not just in the public. You got to, like, imagine saying you want something, but then the only thing you would really have to do to at least try to get the ball rolling or really prove to the people that you wanted it is contact a certain somebody and you're not willing to do it. AJ64 was good. AJ, how you feeling, bro? Just, again, I take it with a grain of salt. So, again, it's about getting on the same page, putting the egos and the pride to the side, getting the teams on the phone, and then you can get a fight. Like, if that's not happening, we only seeing people try to one-up this guy on social media. Other than that, you're not really seeing no real push. And the last time, like I said, I hate to bring this up, but remember when Steven Espinoza said they had that brief conversation, people told him that they had other plans and it was going to 140. Everybody said he was lying, but that's exactly what happened. You get what I'm saying? BVO was good with it, fam. So we just got to wait and see. And simply put, like, how Sean Porter was saying, in a sense, like, Sean Porter had said something on the Porter Way podcast. I mean, I think he was speaking to Bill Haney, and he was just like, you know, dudes don't be in each other's plans sometimes. At the time that we be winning these fights, and I'm telling you, this is why sometimes these fights don't be happening as well. So, on which side, we just got to see. Got to see. Gotta see. Can't have to lose if he loses. I mean, I don't think a loss is the end of the world for either one of them dudes if they lost to each other. So, again, I think the biggest issue is getting on the same page for them guys, bro. Like I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of ego and pride. I think that's going to be at play with that, and unless they can put some of that to the side, it's going to continuously be an issue or a potential roadblock in making that fight. And you just got to be real with it. Like, you can sit there and push the rhetoric, like, if you want, or the narratives back and forth, and you want to convince yourself that one guy is scared of the other guy, that's why the fight is not being made, then that's cool. But for me, I feel like the business of boxing be getting in the way, as well as egos and prides and dude not wanting to get on the phone, or, you know what I mean? Guys just not wanting to, you know, do business, and that's just what it is. That's all. Tony Reviews was good with it. Seen it too. Training video on YouTube. Dude really act like he might hurt Ortiz. He said he gonna stop him. That first I man winner. It'd be a bad decision for Jonas. However, after seeing many people thought Jonas lost, saying Kyrie Box was a clear robbery. Mary outlanded Jonas. 7 rounds outlanded. Salute to Tony. I thought, I ain't want to call it a robbery. I just said home cooking, but I thought Mayor pulled it too, bro. I did. But yeah, man, I'm always down to have this conversation. Like I said, I try to do it in a way. I don't come off like I got all the answers, but I always try to be reasonable about it. When them dudes finally figure it out, we'll get that fight. You know what I mean? When they get quiet on social media, You know what I mean? Then we know something. So then when you see the constant back and forth and the shots at each other, ain't no fight coming. Well, yeah. I'm afraid it was a robbery. Listen, I feel y'all. I just try not to call it that simply because it was very competitive in all the rounds. Like it was fighting. It was a lot of back and forth. I enjoyed it, but I thought Mary should have edged it. Mary missed a lot of punches. He was whipping the air. I can't tell you what you saw. We all see different things. See, one thing y'all gonna learn about me, I can't tell you how you seen it. Like a real conversation. You're gonna hear me say this all the time. Real conversation is understanding people are not all gonna see it the same. And when we do that, like, I'm not gonna tell nobody wrong because y'all seen it a certain way. I thought Jonas pulled it off. Look, cool. Salute to you, man. She fought her ass off too. It was two ladies in there fighting that night, and they was both letting them hands go. I mean, they both left it in there. I just thought because of MIKAELA Mayer work rate, her consistent pressure, and just constantly pushing the pace, being there, mixed with the fact that I think she mixed her combinations up well, and she buzzed Jonas a couple times. I think in that fight, felt like she edged it. You know what I mean? I think she edged it. She was working in there, bro. She was really pushing the pace. She wanted that fight, but like I said, credit to Jonas. She stayed patient, poised, and she was working. She was working too. She was mixing her shots up well. She was pulling combinations out of her ass, man. She was biting down on that gum shield. I mean, it was one of them type of fights. Green Eyes P, peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. You hang your team fan, but generation gentleman's point was taken. Kenny hasn't fought any of the top 5 names at 135. It's not a factual comment. No, it is, but that's not an argument for me. I think for me, my conversation or my answer to that is true, but these guys, a lot of times people can't even tell you when these other guys that you want to see him fight are actually available. And I think you really just got to consider the business side. Yeah, I want all the same fights y'all want, but I don't think a lot of times people be being realistic in terms of timing and when these fights could be made. And I think because people are loud on social media, one assumes that, everybody want to fight him. Whenever a fight doesn't get made between him and the top 5 guys, all his fault. And I can't see it that way because I don't really be seeing the energy on the other side, aside from seeing it on social media. Like, people, again, you got a problem with calling a man's advisor and getting in touch with his team. That's crazy to me. It's tough for me to believe that you really want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So although those names have evaded them, but this is what I'm saying as well. Those same people that we talking about, the same other top guys, have they fought anybody that's a tank level of talent? You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like the same could be said on both sides. And I know people kind of hold him, because they feel like he older and he the A side, but still in all, I think dudes got to get on the same page for these fights to be made, right? We know what we want, but do these fighters really be wanting it? And I go on both sides, and I'm being as genuine as I could be. Do both guys be wanting it on both sides, or do people just be talking while we sit up here and argue about it? And I think the fact of the matter is, regardless of which side you're on, people be wanting the fights more than the fighters. And that's whatever side you want to be on. So, I call it as fair as I can, you know what I mean? So I understand the criticism about, the top 5 guys, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I want to see all them same fights, but I really want to see people go about this shit in a way that's actually going to get us a fight. And when I see, like I said before, when I see business being spewed out there in the media, like, You get what I'm saying? You would think if you really trying to do business with somebody, the numbers and certain details just not going to be constantly spewed to the public. Like, because you actually want to look to make the fight. You don't want to kill the fight before it even, you get what I'm saying, get off the table. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to take the fight off the table by killing negotiations, by throwing all the business out there. And, you see this, we want to fight so bad. They don't want to fight. We gave them this. We offered that. It's like that. We be knowing that you don't want to fight when they moving like that. I was in a shot against your fighter, but the judges, man, that Mayor did a good hell of a job though. She did. For Loma, Handy fought Loma. Yeah, he fought Loma. Cambosis, I don't know what Cambosis was at, but I feel like, and look at it this way, right? Look at it this way. Do you feel like anybody on his resume would beat Tank? Do you feel like a Cambosis or Loma would beat Tank? You know what I'm saying? I know T.O. fought Loma as well. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And I ain't knocking it. Listen, that's why he's making his rounds, man. I feel like Loma was a true 50-50 fight for Dad. I mean, playing for T.O. T.O. got a hell of a resume. Quiet as cat. You know what I'm saying? You do. So I'm with you. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I definitely get it. But Loma's still at 35. Shit, I ain't hear him speak Tank name since, Floyd was around. Like when Floyd was in the forefront. You get what I'm saying? So listen, let's see it. I'll watch it. I'll watch Loma and Tank. Why not? Yeah, man. I just try to call it fair for all of them, man. My thing is, I don't see none of these dudes being scared, and I think it's a matter of business and opportunity for some of these fights to be made. Simply put, I do. Said Tank gets a pass from a business standpoint. And saying his fans, I don't see Tank fighting all these names. Makes me wonder. Do you see any of those dudes fighting anybody on Tank level? And nowhere did you hear me say Tank get a pass. I'm just not going. I don't have 100% same views as y'all when it come to him. Like again, the fights when it's time to make a fight. If these dudes really wanted to fight with him, we wouldn't be hearing about it constantly in the media. They'd be making the moves behind scenes to make the fights. They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we all know the story when it was with Floyd and how he was moving. That's no secret. He was honest about it. He was open about how he was moving. But I'm saying since then, right now, I can't focus on when we clearly knew he ain't picking his fights. Now, since then, right, to our knowledge, his two fights was what? Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia. So I'm starting right there. And I'm saying from that point on, I want to see if these dudes really want to fight. I can't really account for all the time in the past when I clearly know he wasn't picking his fights. He wasn't in control. I think he's more in control now than he's ever been, but still in all, I still don't think it's 100% him. I don't think none of these fighters be having that type of control. You get what I'm saying? Maybe Canelo. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what the confusion is. Y'all thinking Tank just going in there and saying, give me the worst guy, give me the easiest guy, give me a flat-footed Mexican, as people call it, but I just don't think it's that. I really don't. And again, it's a certain way you move when you really want to fight. And if the only place I see it is on social media and it's a one-up and you're putting out numbers and certain details that nobody release unless you're really trying to kill negotiations. Now, what's the quickest way to kill a fight? Releasing the details to the public. Am I right or am I wrong? And that's what you see a lot of times when it comes to Tank Davis. You don't really see or hear about guys going about it to contact people, teams, and do things in a proper manner to get them fights. That's all I'm saying. He don't get no type of pass. That dude, and on top of that, he's held to the standard because he's the actual pay-per-view star. So the only way we can see Tank is if we pay for him, unless you're going to actually steal the fight. And I'm a diehard, so I'm going to pay for it. If you not going to physically go there, then you got to pay to see him. So he has a responsibility to deliver more so than a lot of these other dudes. So he definitely gets no pass. But I'm trying to look at the situation as a whole and not just focus solely on one guy and say, yo, he's 100% the reason why none of these fights being made. I just don't think that would be telling the full story. You know what I mean? It's a lot to take into consideration, and I don't have all the answers. But what I'm saying, what I see with some of these people, particularly with the guys that say they want to fight them, they go about it in a fashion that typically kills a fight, and we know that. You give them, I don't mind the back and forth and, you know, the trash talking, all that stuff is cool because, you know, I'm good with it. But it's, again, some of these people that we want to see them fight, look at the way they go about trying to get a fight. It's like they kill all type of rules and let me put all the business out here, that because that's how bad we really want to fight them. We want to fight them so bad that we're gonna make up that we offer the money and say, tell everybody turned it down. Now I just want to throw something out there for conversation purposes and tell me if I sound like I'm crazy, right? If you are in negotiations or you so-called made an offer of X amount of money to somebody, right? And you say they turn it down, is your first move to then go to the social media and tell everybody the business, or is to possibly renegotiate or continue to negotiate to send that man another offer, maybe something you think he'd take? You get what I'm saying? I just take this stuff with a grain of salt, and that's how people be moving, and they'll say, see, Tank don't want to fight him. Tank don't want to fight us because of this. We said this and we said that. It's just bullshit. I don't fall for it. So what I'm saying is, just to be very clear, they're all accountable for these fights not being made. That's all I'm saying. It's never 100% one guy's responsible for why the fight's not being made. That's not fucking possible. You get what I'm saying? You can't force people to want to fight you, and just because they're saying it don't mean they're being genuine about it. Again, we got a situation right now going back and forth with guys claiming they want to fight, but when the fighter himself say, get in touch with the man, they say, why would we do that? So that's telling me you don't want to fight. How the hell you gonna make a fight? So to make a fight of this magnitude, right? Tell me a Tank Davis fight that has been made with a promoter or the man, not even a promoter, the manager, if you will, of a fighter, trainer, whatever you want to call, making the offer. It's tell me one time, please, y'all, anybody in here, tell me one time any of his fights or the guy on the other side fight has been made that way. That's how you know it be smoke and mirrors. You're spilling all the business in the public, and it's bullshit. Like, and I can see through it. That's why I critique both sides. You both sides are accountable. It's never just one guy. And that's the only reason why it seems like I speak for Tank, because he gets 100% of the blame for why fights don't happen. But what I'm saying is, there's two parties involved. Whenever you got more than one party involved, you can never 100% blame one guy on one side. You get what I'm saying? Each guy, each team has accountability in making these fights. You get what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. And people are expecting him to just send a contract. That's not how none of his fights gonna be made. You skipping steps. You get what I'm saying? That's like, so you're not gonna get in touch with the teams. Y'all not gonna get on the phone. Y'all not gonna discuss no type of terms, send no offer, none. We're gonna skip all them steps, and he's just supposed to send people contracts. You get what I'm saying? It's just not, people are not realistic when they talk about making fights with him. You get what I'm saying? To me, the way they go about it. That's all I'm saying. And I want to see every fight y'all want to see. I don't protect no fighter from no other fighter. I want to see them all, bro. But I just think it's a deeper conversation to be had. And I'm past blaming the fighter why a fight doesn't happen. It just got it can't be 100%. Yeah, he just don't want to fight. That's why it ain't never happened. Get what I'm saying? When these guys can't even get on the phone with the guy that is responsible for facilitating these fights. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to go to the fighter himself and say, yeah, look, I'm going to offer this to you. You're going to get in touch with his team. That's all I'm saying. That's what's realistic. You just get in touch with the team. I ain't saying nothing crazy, because I know not one of his fights so far in his career got made because somebody came to him directly and offered something. That shit is for smoke and mirrors. That shit is for social media, and that's for people that ain't paying attention for real. You're not going to get me with that. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. They all responsible for making these fights. Put their pride and the ego to the side and give us the fights we want to see. And if you are a pay-per-view fighter, you have a responsibility to deliver quality fights. Why? Because you demand our money for us to see you fight. So I would never protect anybody. Nobody gets a pass for giving us bullshit fights. Nobody at all. But what I'm saying is, I've never heard Tank Davis get credit for a solitary fight that he's had as a professional fighter. You name it, you throw a fight out there, I will tell you something that somebody done said about it. So again, I'm always going to speak for boxing and for the fighter. He don't get the credit anyway. You get what I'm saying? I never hear people give him credit for nothing he did. They say he pushing 30 and he ain't never did nothing in boxing. He ain't never fought nobody. He ain't never took a challenge. And I think that's couldn't be more inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's people we want to see him fight. But I say this all the time, and it's like I'm gonna be a broken record. Name the people that have fought a Tank Davis level fighter. Name them. These same dudes that we want to see him fight, they ain't fought nobody like him either. They ain't. And at the very, you know, end of grand scheme and everything, you can't find a time where the guys turned down an opportunity. He ain't turning down the smoke. Those opportunities don't exist the way people want to make themselves believe they do. You got dudes saying they're available when they got prior obligations lined up and don't nobody call that shit out. I'm telling you, I've been seeing this shit for years. So yes, he is responsible for delivering quality fights. He don't get no pass, none. I want to be very clear, but I'm not crucifying him 100% how people do when the fights don't happen, because I know it takes two. And these dudes ain't doing nothing more than getting on social media, spewing rhetoric about how they want to fight, and they putting all the business out there. And that's the fastest way to kill a fight in any negotiations possible, is putting the business out there. And that's rule number one. And people know that shit. They know it. So when you hear a guy yelling out all the numbers and what you offered and what you doing, you show me another fight that he made when the numbers was being put out there before the fight, and you tell me if he's serious or not. That'd be nonsense. That's all I'm saying. I want to see every fight y'all want to see. Why wouldn't I? I ain't know. None of these dudes related to me. I'm not getting paid for none of these dudes. I want to see the fights because I'm paying for it. So I want my money's worth. You get what I'm saying? I want my money's worth too, but I'm a different fight supporter. I'm past the blame game. I really want to talk about why the fights ain't happening and what it might take for it to happen. I just know sitting up blaming one guy and say, he just don't want to fight nobody. I just think it's more complex than that. I think it's more than just he don't want to fight nobody. I don't think none of these dudes are scared of each other. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's a lot of pride. I think it's a lot of ego. I think it's a lot of posturing going on. I do. I think it's a lot of that. And I feel like every fighter has done it at some point in time in their career. That's just what it is. That's how it goes down. I'm as fair as I could call it, bro. And that's how I see it. I see guys do a lot of BS, you know, for the people, for public opinion, to sway the people. If I can convince everybody I want to fight, I ain't really got to fight, because everybody going to say, look, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. But I ain't never heard credit. I ain't never heard the man get credit for anything he's ever done. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard it. You let people tell it. The only weight class Tank fought in is 35. You get what I'm saying? This man fought at 26. He fought at 30 and he fought at 40 before. But you let the people tell it. He ain't did nothing in his career. Oh, what's Pedraza? Pedraza is nothing. Barrios is weight trained. Hector Garcia came from 130 when Tank came from 126. What we talking about? Ryan Garcia, that's an exhibition. The same person that calls it an exhibition was trying to fight Ryan Garcia a little while ago. You can't make this stuff up. So all I'm saying is I have a different take on Tank. I don't protect no fighters. I give everybody they just do. I'm a different kind of guy. I just don't sit up and shit on him for what he's accomplished just because a couple of guys is not on his resume. If and when the time comes and he hasn't fought any of these guys at all, and it's clearly him avoiding and not trying to face any of this opposition, we have a much different conversation. But right now, what people are doing is they're pretty much assuming that none of these fights are ever going to happen. I'm telling y'all, I don't feel that way. So I look at it a little bit different. I just think time will reveal all things. And at the end of everything, if, like I said, if these guys are not getting in the ring with each other, then we can call it out. That's all I'm saying. We can call it out. We can call it out. But I just don't see none of these guys that we want to see him fight can say they reached out to his team and they talking about they don't want to fight. That's not the case. It's all social media moves, pump fakes, and bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Let me one up this guy. If I can convince the world that he don't want to fight, then we ain't gotta never fight. Come on, man. We gotta make it make sense. All these dudes gotta get in there with each other. Ain't looking to fight Shakur Davis, SANTOS. It will be good fights. Look, those are all good fights, Green Eyes P. Those are all great fights, but I can't answer that for you, right? I just hope that he makes me, the guy that I know I am, because I've been speaking a certain way. And I think when it's all said and done, he gonna prove to people what they, he gonna prove it. I think when it's all said and done, I think him and Shakur is the fight to make at 35, to be honest. I don't see no reason why they shouldn't fight. Bad performance, my ass. I think they still should fight. Him and De Los Santos, another great fight. If what I'm hearing is on point, then they saying this next fight might surprise some people. So maybe we wait and see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we wait and see. I think Frank Martin is also a good fight for him as well. I want to be very clear. None of my conversation or my bills is going to be in an effort to protect no fighter. That's where energy. I'm a supporter of the sport more than any one fighter. But again, my interpretation, if I'm listening to a guy each and every time he ever has a fight and not get credit for it, I can't level with that. I take things that people say about that dude with a grain of salt, because I can't find a time where people have really gave him 100% credit for any of his wins. And it's like you're going to reduce his career to a few names when at the same token, you can't point at a time in history where you could say that those dudes showed a real interest in wanting to fight him and went about it the right way. Is all I'm saying. It's a right way to do things, bro. And we know when you hooting and hollering on social media, bro, you don't want no fight. That shit is for show, man. And that's to keep people talking. And I know that. How do I know? Because every single time one of these guys got a fight, it's business being handled behind the scenes. We're not hearing about no numbers, none of that. You might get a little bit back and forth, but you're not hearing nobody spew no numbers. Why? Because real business is being done behind the scenes, because people actually want fights. And then when you out here spilling the beans and putting all the business out there, that's the fastest way to kill any potential negotiation for any fight. And people know full well what they be doing. So again, that's all I say. You know what I mean? I want to see where a guy is turning down smoke with people. You get what I'm saying? I understand how his careers went. I understand how people feel like he's moved, but I've seen the challenges so far too. I've seen the work that he's put in as well. I see the names that he ain't fought yet, and I want to see all of them. But I also see the work that he's put in as well. You get what I'm saying? Do I want to see more? Hell yeah. Because again, I'm going to be paying for it. So again, we just got to wait and see, man. Like I said, I hear that his next opponent might surprise some people. I just got to wait and see. Maybe it could just be fighter talk. Maybe it could just be camp talk. Maybe it could just be, you know what I mean, some shit to say to keep people quiet. But we going to see. Time reveals all things, bro. You get what I'm saying? I can't protect nobody. Shit, I want to see all these fights. How is me not seeing the best absolute fight for my money good for me? I don't like no fighter that much. You get what I'm saying? To not want to see the best fight because they might lose. I don't give a damn who lose. You lose to a top dog, I'm going to have more respect for you. So, damn, I don't care about it. You get what I'm saying? I want to see every fight y'all want to see. But all I'm saying is I'm past the blame game and, blaming guys, one guy for why fights don't happen. Yeah, you got a responsibility. Make no mistake about it. But those other guys have responsibilities as well as making fights. Having interest in making fights. I understand people, he's the A side, this and that. Well, at least get on the phone with the A side. You know what I'm saying? I tell you this, and I say this all the time, bro. If I want to fight that guy, Tank Davis, bro, or if I know that a guy just made 30 mil or anywhere close to it, like Ryan Garcia just came off of fighting him, I for sure will have no problem at all with getting on the phone with anybody that I needed to secure that fight. And then on top of that, you telling me I can beat this overrated ass guy, this guy that everybody says like that, but don't want to fight none of the top guys. You telling me I got a chance to make that Ryan Garcia type of bag and I could beat his ass and take what he got? Who don't want that? That's how I be looking at it. Everybody should be beating his door down. I said this before. I'll be beating a dude door down, bro. Hell yeah, I want that fight. Win, lose, or draw. I got an opportunity to make that type of bag, and I know on top of that, what would that do for your career if you're able to beat him? Come on, man. I'm going over there and I'm taking his overrated ass out. That's all I'm saying. I'm taking his ass out. The same guy, only person he fight is flat-footed Mexicans. I'm going over there to beat his ass. I don't care if we got to go to Baltimore to do it. That's how I be looking at it. That's how I be looking at it. If that sounds like I'm protecting the fighter, I don't know how you can get that from that. That's what I'm saying. That's all. I only need to hear that shit one time. I only need to hear Ryan Garcia speak about 30 million one goddamn time for any 6 rounds. Got his rib punched in, and that was it for him. I'm going over there and I am beating him up. You get what I'm saying? If I'm the guy how I say I am, I'm so much better than this exhibition fight. I'm way better than little ass flat-footed Hector Garcia. Brian is an exhibition. Rolly can't fight. You get what I'm saying? Pedraza ain't shit. Barrios was weight drain. I mean, what he ain't fought nobody, right? I'm going over there to beat his ass. I don't care if they got to schedule the fight in the Upton gym, bro. I'm beating his ass. What we talking about? If I can make 30 million, I'm going over there to beat his overrated ass. And that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is ain't nobody beating down that dude's door, but they beating these Twitter fingers that people complain about. I see a bunch of Twitter posts. I see a bunch of uploaded videos and different comments and shit being said. But again, that ain't none of that stuff is getting a fight. Trust me, if you really wanted to fight, you'll go about it the right way. That's all I'm saying. I'll be beating down that dude's door. Call Al, somebody get me his number now. Get me on the phone with his people. How could we facilitate a fight? Because I'm going to beat his overrated, his little flat foot, short Mexican fighting ass. That's all he fight anyways. Bums and C-level fighters. I'm beating his ass and I'm getting that bag and I'm taking everything he got. Come on, man. That's how you know what people, if people really standing on business, because that's how they should be approaching it. Not sitting up here talking about, send me a contract. Send me a contract. Knowing goddamn well it don't go like that. Just send them a contract. Athletic Mind, what's good with it, family? Ryan, the only one who beat down the door, to be honest. Hey, bro, I understand everybody see this situation different. And if you see it differently than me, then you free to kick it, bro. Like I ain't telling you you're wrong, but Just Do just has a specific take. Y'all might think I'm off. Y'all might think I'm tripping, but that's how I see it. That man was adamant about wanting that fight. We heard it. His own promoter said they asked him, what does Ryan need to be tanked? That man said a bat. He said he was joking, but he was serious a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Come on. Ryan was adamant about wanting that fight. You know what I'm saying? And again, the whole time, do you know what you wasn't hearing? You might have heard Ryan talking some trash back and forth, right? That's cool. That's healthy because he's in the process of making a fight. But what you didn't hear was Ryan talking about no numbers, Tank talking about no offers. None of that shit was being talked about because real business was being stood on. That's all I'm saying. People, all fighters, both parties have responsibilities for making fights. All these dudes, all of them, especially if they call themselves a top fighter. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I do fight is these C and D level fighters, flat-footed Mexicans, as people keep calling it. I'm beating his ass, bro. And I can make 30 mil, or I got even the potential to make my biggest bag, and that's what we know to be a fact. I'm going over there to beat his overrated ass. And like I said before, you can schedule the fight in Baltimore in his original gym if you want to, and I'll fight him there for that kind of money. And I don't see that kind of energy. But again, people will put 3 times that type of energy into the social media world because they know that controls. If you can control the way somebody think, you can control the narrative. It's that simple. And that's what people do. That's all I'm saying. Everybody, these dudes all got to get in there. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, man, he's the elder, right? I'm telling you, man, he got to get to it, man. He got to get to it, and I'm right with y'all. But I just think, I think all these fights are on the table. I do. I don't think none of these dudes are off limits. I don't think none of these dudes is out of reach. I don't feel like these fights are off the table, and I'm an optimistic dude, so y'all got to understand that. But like I said before, I want everybody in here to understand something, bro. If I'm seeing none of these fights as well, then we having a much different conversation. But I think the difference, my position is a little different than most people, because some people are, from what they've seen in the past, that, and I'm not knocking it. They're like, man, ain't none of these never gonna happen based on what I seen. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like I seen the way the past went. I seen a guy that was moving his fighter a specific way and was very honest about it. None of us agreed with it, right? Trying to just make sure he got paid, but we could understand why, right? Getting him the most money possible, we get it. Since moving out the way, he made back-to-back fights in close proximity, and I want to see what he continue to do from here. That's how I'm looking at that, because from that point, at least to our credit, right, is that the point that he became his own man. Those are the 2 fights that he made for himself. Am I right? So that's the point I'm looking at. I'm looking at it from this point forward. I expect even more. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I'm looking at it. You don't have a Floyd Mayweather so much in the centerpiece or on the forefront, speaking for you and facilitating moves and saying, yo, y'all don't worry about Tank. I'm doing this and moving him this way. Now we seeing what Tank is doing. That's all I'm saying. That's how I see it. I feel like he's more in control of the shit than he ever was. You get what I'm saying? And now we're going to see exactly what Tank Davis is about. That's how I truly feel, bro. I feel like more Tank Davis, you're going to see him being more his own man. That's what I think. That's what I think. I feel like them back-to-back fights said something. Like he had them fights lined up. He was standing on business, man. I don't know. I like the moves. Get them dudes out the way, and then you get the rest of them out the way. I don't think he's scared of none of them. I don't think they scared of him. I want to see them all, bro. But that's how I look at it. It's just my interpretation of the entire situation with him is just a little bit different. How I look at it. It's not in a effort to protect him. That's weird energy. We as fight fans, we should want to see everybody fight. That's good. You should want to see as many 50-50 fights as possible. And if that means your dude got to lose or somebody you rock with got to lose, so be it. I ain't losing no damn sleep over nobody going in the ring, get millions of dollars as they lose a fight. I don't give a damn you get knocked out. You a millionaire. I'm not losing sleep over that. I want to see the fights. And more than likely, I'm going to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? It worth the money, you got mine. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Time will tell, but I hope I made my stance a lot more clear. I don't do no cheerleading for no damn fighter. These dudes, I don't know these dudes, but I'm more of a fair shooter, more of a down the middle guy. I'm not looking at a reason to try to shit on everything a fighter has done. That's never my energy over here. I've never done it. You get what I'm saying? So again, my position might seem like I'm riding with a guy, but that's only because so many people shit on him when I don't think they got enough reason to. Yeah, we want to see them fights, but there ain't enough reason to say he ain't accomplished shit in the sport. That's crazy. Because then if it's crazy to me, it's this is what bugs me. When it's Tank Davis, we can look at the whole, 29 fight. We can look at all his fights, right? And say he's done nothing in all of those fights. But then another fighter that you rock with, you might look at let's say his last 2 or 3 opponents, and you'll reduce his career to that and say, see, this is how he been fighting this level, guys, his whole career. That's not the truth. Look at the full body of work, and then you'll have a much different conversation. Much different conversation. A lot of times we complain about level of opponents and who he is and is not facing, but look at the full body of work, because that's how I do it. I don't look at 1 or 2 fights. I don't look at 1 or 2 names and say, because he ain't fought them, he ain't did shit in the sport. Yeah, he ain't accomplished shit. But then when you look at those guys, have they fought anybody that's on his level? Hell no. So do that mean they ain't did shit either? No. They just need to fight each other. That's all that means. They all have a responsibility to get in there and scrap. No, ain't no cheerleading for no fighter. Ain't no fanboying for no fighter. Ain't no giving nobody's no passes. It ain't none of that. I just don't shit on them. So when people don't hear that, you think somebody's getting a pass. No. When you are on pay-per-view, you have a responsibility to the people to deliver high-quality fights every time you step in the ring. Why? Because you demand that people pay to see you. So for people to continue to want to do that, you have to do what? You meet us halfway by giving us the fights. So I ain't never given nobody on pay-per-view no pass, but I am saying I'm looking at the picture as a whole, and I'm saying, yeah, you can hold them accountable for why fights ain't being made, but you can't sit up here and say it's 100% his fault because he's the A side or he's older. Yeah, that's why the fights ain't being made, because he older than them. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, he the A side. That if a fight don't happen between him and one of these guys, 100% his fault. That's not the story. These dudes got to be willing to come together. That's how fights get made. You get what I'm saying? How did EJ and Bug get made? I keep saying that. How did that fight get made? Them dudes had to come together, and that's what my stance is always going to be. Always going to be. I really don't care about the A side or a B side at the end of the day, but I know both parties involved have a responsibility. If y'all trying to deliver us a fight, to get on the phone with each other team and work some shit out so we can get that fight. Because again, you can sit here, we can go back and forth for years as to who fault it was. That's not never gonna get no fight. You get what I'm saying? Superman was good with it. So again, I just want people in here to know I'm saying it and I'm meaning it. I love boxing more than I love any one fighter. I mean, I got my favorites to watch, but I ain't sitting up here protecting no fighter, fanboying. But you're not gonna hear me shit on them, and my views just a little different when it comes to certain guys, man. Again, I'm past blaming one fighter for why none of the fights are being made. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's responsible, man. All parties involved, man. These dudes got to give us these fights. And I do think that it's a good chance that a lot of times we be wanting these fights more for these fighters than they be wanting them from themselves. I don't care what side of the coin you on. Don't matter which fighter it is. Sometimes we be wanting these fights right now. These damn fighters don't be wanting it right now. And that's a whole nother conversation that people don't want to discuss about what being people plans. Like, you got a fighter that more recently released what his goals was, what his goals and plans was. He released what his goals and plans was, and it was certain things, certain fights or people that wasn't nowhere near in them plans. And if you call that out, they'll say you hate it. People tell you what their plans are. That was very telling. And I bet in a million years he didn't think like it will reflect the fact that you really didn't have intent in fighting a couple specific people. And there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, you facilitated and manifested your biggest 2 wins in your career. And that's how I looked at it. But at the same time, I can look at it for what it is too. You had plans and you followed those plans, and those plans didn't have a certain couple of fighters in it nowhere. But that's a whole nother conversation for people. They'll tell you it's one guy is the reason why none of these fights are happening. Now I'm calling bullshit. All I'm saying is all these dudes are at fault. It ain't just one guy. Everybody's at fault, whether it's pride or ego, whatever it is, stopping these fights from being made. But I don't think it's these dudes being scared of each other. And I'm going to always say that. I think it's deeper than that. You get what I'm saying? Tank didn't fight a 35-year-old 4 times. For sure he did. For shoot to my guy, Superman, man. People say that boxing podcast that preached Devin Daly for the past year. And that dude going, man, I'm going to always give that man his credit. But I want people to have a difference of opinion. Shit, I welcome the conversation, but I just see things a bit differently with that situation, man. I've seen a lot of posturing, a lot of, one-upping, a lot of social media attempts to prove it. I've seen a lot of that, but I want to see the fights. Jackie Hernandez, what's going on? Salute to you, Queen. Miz in here, just chopping up a little bit, and I hope the Queen, was still in here to hear some of what I was saying about the, one of the more popular, unavoidable topics, which is Tank Davis and why he don't fight who he's supposed to fight. You know what I'm saying? And again, I just want to be clear, and I'm done with it. I want to see all the same fights y'all want to see, but again, my interpretation as to why the fights didn't happen up until this point is just a bit different than most people. Some people will come in here and they'll say, well, look, he older, he the A side, he responsible, it's his fault. He ain't trying to fight none of these guys, and such, so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? And I just feel like, okay, if that's where you're going, all right, I hear you out. But I also know that it takes two. And these dudes, you can't find no point in none of these timelines where these dudes were really reaching out and attempting to make a fight. And there's nothing in no rule book stopping either guy from reaching out about a fight. It's no A side or not. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying, man. Dudes, it's a way to go about making these fights. And I feel like when people pride and ego get put to the side and you ready to pick up the phone, whoever you got to talk to, you're going to be willing to speak to that person. And that's reasonable. That's logical. That's how you're going to get a fight made. Get what I'm saying? Social media not going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Getting fans to call a certain fighter a duck and say he ain't accomplished shit in the sport, that's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Passing bullshit around and rhetoric and mug shots, that's not going to do it. You get what I'm saying? So, again, simple phone call might just do it, bro. So, we going to see, man. We'll see. But we moving on from that, man. Moving on. I came across something with Kid Austin, man. Hold on. Pardon me, y'all. Let me go to this joint real quick. How to play this? I came across. I hate that people put down the boxes, make their favorite guys look better. I try to be so even kill with that, Miss Joette. You know it. Like, yeah, you hear all the time. I'm always trying to do that. I be wanting to be clear. I know sometimes people will come in at a certain part of the conversation and they'll just assume that, all right, he's taking up for that guy. Nah, don't. I don't like no fighter that much to do that. Like I can't stress that enough. So I would never do that. But I feel like I always fight that good fight. If you are a fighter out there, right? And I feel like you put in real work. There's still a ton of work to put in. There's still so much more to prove. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like even with that being said, I still can acknowledge the work that either guy's put in. I feel like you're not getting your just due. People got to keep in mind, I am just due. You're going to get it when you get over here. So, again, Tank has been one of the guys that don't get his just due. I mean, shit, Keyshawn with just nine fights in have gotten shitted on since his 4th fight. You get what I'm saying? I've said this before. I even went to bat for Devin Haney on multiple occasions, numerous occasions, like I always do it. So I feel like if I see it's a fighter out there that's putting in work, that's a quality fighter in the sport of boxing. No, I know, Miss Joey. I know. I get you. I'm with you. They do it. They do it. But I'm just telling you why. I'm telling the people why I fight that good fight. So I feel like if all you do is get slighted and shitted on, I'm gonna come with a whole bunch of reasons why people need to, find take another look at that guy, give him his credit. Yeah, you want to see them names, you always want to see that, but I'm still able to acknowledge the talent that's in front of me. But how good is that talent remains to be seen until you in there with the absolute best of the best, right? And that's just as fair as I could call it. You get what I'm saying? So I just look at it like that. Man. Like Frank as well. I'll be cheering for Tank. Yeah, man. Look, I hope he fighting next, man. I want to see everything y'all be one, man. I swear I do. I will lose no sleep at night watching the guy that I rock with lose because he went out there and fought the best and made millions of dollars while he did it. You think I'm gonna feel bad for him? Hell no. Thrill Hill was good, family. You said, wait, but Jones. Yeah, she got a little home cooking. I didn't want to call it a robbery because I felt like it was so competitive and close. And I didn't want to take credit from either woman, either lady in the work they put in. Jonas, she fought like a champion. She bit down like a champion. And she stood tall. My bad. Keyshawn Davis. Dang, that's right. He did a live. He did like a little Instagram live, and he was just talking about a lot, man. I'm gonna play some of it. My bad, y'all. Pardon me if y'all hear me. Y'all know how I do. We the family, man. I'll be munching back here, so y'all gotta pardon me. Might slip me some food, baby girl. Slip some food in here while I was on live. So my apologies, y'all. Not to be rude. But yeah, Keyshawn Davis opened up about like mental health. He was talking about mental health. He was talking about his marijuana usage and all that. So pardon me, y'all. My apologies. My apologies to Tank. A lot of fanboys. So does Haney. I mean, yeah, I just think a lot of fans misunderstand each other. Like, I think when it's all said and done, like for the true diehards, I think we all want to see the same fights, but I think we have just different viewpoints of why these fights don't happen, right? And I think I'm past shitting on everybody, and I've never done that anyway. That's not my MO. I just feel like those two are the best fighters in the sport, and their names are always going to be synced to one another. You know what I'm saying? And despite who either of the guys have fought or have not fought, they haven't fought each other or nobody equal to that guy, right, on the other side. So I think until you see that, you can criticize one guy, yeah, you're a little bit older, but you still got to, age ain't got shit to do with it. They still got to make them fights. And it takes more than one guy. You get what I'm saying? It takes two people. But I'm going to play some of this from Keyshawn Davis. Like I said, I like when these fighters get on here and they speak, they show a different side of them, speak from an intelligence standpoint, can articulate themselves. Like I said, a lot of people just critiqued him and criticized him for the smoking. Maybe he had his reasons for it, and I think everybody got their reasons. So I think just hearing him speak on that mental health and a few different things, like I don't know, it's real, and it take a lot to speak on it. That's why people don't do it. But I'm always trying to understand. Is I'm gonna have my criticism, right? But I'm always trying to understand. I think some people don't care to understand; they just rather critique. So a lot of people, they seen the situation he had with the failed drug test and the suspension, and they took back the win. They went right to dissing him and throwing him under the bus. Oh, yeah, weed head, he this, he a bum, he this, he that. And I was just like, damn, that's tough. I mean, it's tough. Keyshawn got to be on that good guys with Bob Father. Yeah, but I'm gonna play some of this, y'all, while we in here. We're gonna cook on this good Sunday, man. We're gonna play some of this. But I just hope that everybody that comes through here understands, man. I'm with y'all when we speak about wanting to see the best fight the best. Next gen combat sports. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? It also no one to H2O smoke. Ashton Sylvie. Ashton Sylvie, nice, man. Ashton Sylvie, nice. I like Ashton Sylvie. Salute to my guy next gen. Pardon me, bro. Salute to the Queen Dragon. Salute to the Queen Green Eyes P, man. Salute to you, man. I just hope she understood where I was coming from with the tank thing. Like, no fighters get passes. We want to see everybody scrap. But I just, when it come to him, for me, where my vantage point, like I said, people shit on everything he do. Every fight he's ever had, I've heard somebody complain about it. Like, you name it, they complain. I'm like, damn, that's not a realistic perspective to me. Like, it's work that he's put in, or again, it's a reason why you're demanding him to fight certain guys. That should be very telling. When you demand that he fighting certain people, that's because you want to see just how good that product is too. You want to see if it's what people are saying it is, right? Zushi messaged me and said she was blocked. Who blocked? Who blocked? Jackie, who blocked? What happened to Kid Austin and JoJo? I was hearing something about I don't know if they had some issue with the money or something, bro. But I think he want that. Nah, she was just in here, Jackie. She was just in here, Green Eyes P. She not blocked. Why would she be blocked? Nah, Green Eyes P ain't blocked. Those pages just made. Oh. Hers. Oh, unless that's not that. That might not be the real her, though. If it was just made, because it's a real Green Eyes P that's on here. So I don't know if that was her, but he's showing saying more into religion now, taking shit more serious, gave up the weed. Right. I mean, I'm gonna play some of this while we in here, man. We're gonna talk about it. Salute to my guy Gertz, man. What's good with it? Nah, she ain't blocked. Green Eyes P ain't blocked. Somebody block her? She was just in here typing. Let me see. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna play some of this from Keyshawn, though, man. Again, man, he spoke on a few different things, man. I think I hope one of these days we get to see him and Kid Austin fight. I think it'll be a damn good fight. Yeah, JoJo, thing with JoJo is he'll be too stationary for Kid Austin. He think he hit harder than he do. And it's not true. Like, he's just like, that's what I think with him. You know what I'm saying? Bro think he hit harder than he really do. And because of it, like, I think Kid Austin chip him, man. I think Kid Austin beats him for real. I do. But let me play this. That's my guy. Now, let me play some of this, man. Let me get to it.
That was my world, like, you know what I'm saying? Best thing to do to keep your mental health right as a boxer. I mean, best thing to do as a boxer, you gotta find your outlet for real.
Right, TM, he was,
you gotta
bro.
Find an outlet. Shoot, if it ain't boxing, then I mean, for me, I feel like when I get to boxing too much,
Appreciate you,
For me, when I feel like I get the boxing too much, it just become overwhelming, and I just need a break from it. And like, you just gotta find another outlet for yourself. Like for me, I like sitting down watching movies. You know, I used to do other things. I used to do that one thing that I got caught with. But you know, you gotta find you like another outlet. Like whether it's going on a run, I like going on a run. It helped me think about stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like watching movies. You know, I talk to my brothers a lot. I talk to my brothers every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really like you just gotta find yourself like another outlet that you like to do. That it don't gotta be about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If it make you happy, that's all that matters. How much of a toll does boxing take on your mental health compared to normal life? Great question. For me, man, how much of a toll it takes? Sometimes it takes a toll on me when I feel like when I used to get on live or get on Twitter or get on an interview and do a lot of shouting. A lot of like, you see a lot of like anger, frustration. And I feel like that comes from mental health. But I'm converting it over into the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I was living so much boxing that was my world. Like it was no separation for me. You know what I'm saying? And now I feel like I'm getting to learn to start to find the separation. You know what I'm saying? And, I know I'm starting to learn how to keep it boxing and just keep it life. You know what I'm saying? I don't really bring a lot of my problems to the media, but me calling somebody out over the top or just saying things like over the top, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, that wasn't good. And that's what I used to do. And shoot, like I'm saying, I'm learning how to, you know, separate the two.
True, Icon.
Boxing,
you know,
and life.
That's why I always say, y'all, I'm fighting a good fight. When I say that, I mean, like, no matter what my criticism is, I try to aim for it to be fair and logical. You know what I mean? Where anybody listening, you could clearly hear, y'all. He might have his criticism. I might not even agree with none of what he said, but he ain't shitting on nobody in the sport. As long as people know that's what the message is, I'm always good. People could disagree all day long if they want. You know what I'm saying? You need to go ahead. I'm telling you, Tim, to drop that DB3 straight. I'm telling you.
Does weed help you? Does weed help me? In the moment, I felt like weed was helping me. I felt like weed was definitely helping me. Like I was a guy that was smoking during fight week. I was a guy that was like smoking like 3 days before my fight. You know what I'm saying? So in the moment, I'm thinking like it's helping me. I'm thinking like it's calming my anxiety. You know, I got a lot of people around me that was like, bro, what the hell is you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But me knowing me, I'm like, bro, I'm nice as hell. These fighters can't beat me. So I'm like, I'm gonna win. Don't even fucking worry about it. And that's what I was doing. I was winning. I was still getting stoppages, knockouts, hitting guys with 4 hooks. You know what I'm saying? And stopping guys. But I feel like it was a moment in life where God was like, no, this is not the right thing to do. He put, you know, stomach pains in my stomach. And he really made me like surrender. Like, bro, this is not the right way. This is not the right thing to do. You not using your full mental. You not showing the people who you really are or who you really are going to become. Because this little piece of weed is slowing your mental down. I was talking to my friend today, his name Vaughn, and he was like, he just do a lot of those habits he do a lot of those habits to, you know, buy time throughout the day. And he was just like, he had to realize, like, I'm really just doing that to waste time. And he said he had to find another replacement to waste time rather than smoking.
That's why I played this, because again, I mean, you know, so many people, you know, they jumped on his case for doing this shit. And listen, you can critique people as you should, but I think we become desensitized to people making mistakes. And I think sometimes we forget that, you know, just because these dudes are athletes, you know, high level athletes or whatever the case may be, we kind of become, you know, desensitized, or, you know, to them making mistakes. Like we treat them like they above making mistakes, and when they do, it's like you ready to throw the guy away, shit on him, and just, you know, reduce his career to the one moment where he messed up. And I said this before, if our lives was under the microscope and everything we did was, you know, being magnified and intensified by everybody out here, then, you know, think about the mistakes that would be on display for people to know about us. So I always keep that in mind when these dudes make a mistake. Something like this, where it's more of a hiccup and you could learn from it, right? So it could really more so be a lesson. And I think with him coming out and being able to talk about it, he telling you why he was doing it, what led him to do it, why he not doing it no more. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because again, remember, he was like, I ain't gonna stop doing it. Remember, that was his energy. But it's like, now that he had the time to sit here and think about it, he like, damn, this ain't it. That ain't it. You get what I'm saying? Let me chill. So this is the part that nobody would talk about. But you'll see the plethora of videos shitting on him and saying how he this, y'all, he just a weed head. He's a bum. Oh, go smoke. So I seen somebody in the comments, oh, shut up and smoke some more weed, you bum. Like, I'm just like, damn, where do we just get off talking crazy like that? Like, the dude can't make a mistake and learn from it. Like, so you telling me not only can they not make mistakes, but they can't learn from it either. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm just not that type of dude. So I like to hear the maturity and the growth, and then more importantly, you like to see him demonstrate it. So you're just gonna wait and see. You got Pedraza coming up February 8th. You got to stand tall. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like about the young man. He needed to come out and speak on this and talk about this. Salute to my guy Dante Boxing Talk. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, on this guy, yeah, people need to learn, kid. I'm telling you, 24 years old, bro. He young, man. You can hear the maturity, right? Just finished the grape yogurt, very smooth. I had some cereal milk and some gelato birthday cake.
And you know, I was one of those victims too. Like, I was one of those ones that felt like I needed to smoke because I was bored. Wanted to smoke because I'm watching a good movie. Wanted to smoke because anything. I wanted to smoke because anything. You know what I'm saying? And once you start to realize, like, that weed is really just he said that weed was just putting me like autopilot. Like, literally just living through the day, not really trying to understand shit, not really trying to understand.
He back February 8th, Zoom. Right there, he fighting on the undercard with Tio. Fighting on Tio undercard.
People, and you forget a lot of things. So when you forget shit and when you start to sober up, you be like, damn, I was supposed to do that today. But the day already over with, you know what I'm saying?
Look how
so
G he keeping it. Yep. People always talking about keep it 100. Look how honest he been.
I got a lot of responsibilities, so responsibilities were just piling up on me over years. You know what I'm saying? So in the moment, I'm thinking weed is helping me for my anxiety, for my just me being so angry all the time or frustrated, but really it was just building.
Fact Zone.
It was killing my relationships, my friends,
right,
my family. It was really killing my relationships because now I'm having mood swings. You know what I'm saying? Now at a point where I'm actually needing weed. So like it could be at certain events that I go dip off and go smoke. Rather than in that moment, I could be vibing, chilling with people, being myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm dipping off, being selfish because I need to go smoke. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would say it was not helpful.
I already know you be whipping
at all. And I can say once I put it down, I've been very much calmer, thinking with a lot more clear head. Like if you think about it, and I'm just getting off the weed subject, but let's just talk about drugs in our generation. Drugs is taking over our generation. How many people do y'all know overdose how many rappers that we know about overdosed. When I was a kid coming up at elementary school, taking drugs was like kind of crazy to us. Like, it wasn't until we started getting older that we hear in the rap songs and this, that, and third that everybody's taking drugs now. But if you sit back and think about it, why is everybody taking drugs? Why is taking drugs cool? Like, just sit back and think of why. Why is this cool? Starting with weed. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, right?
Weed was
all
definitely
facts,
like
bro.
Like a strong addiction of mine since I was going through real mental health, since I was in the mental home, out the mental home, taking medication because of my mental every day.
You hear what he's saying?
During that process, got off the medication in less than 6 months that the doctor said I should be up there for a year, some change. I got off less than 6 months, but I'm still smoking. So, like, I'm thinking, like I said, that it was actually good for me, but in all reality, like, things just started going downhill.
To me, what it sounds like he's saying is that it's short term. It was a short term fix, bro. Like, you might be having some issues at the moment, but it seemed like he understands that it's another outlet than the quick fix with the weed. That's what it sounded like. All in all, it sounded like this is what he breaking down. He was using it, and to a degree, it was effective for the things that he was using it for. But it seemed like he understands the long term. If you want to box, this might potentially slow you down. That's just not something that you need. You get what I'm saying? And I'm glad he was able to. This happened early. This only need to happen once. I hope he truly learned from it, move past it, and just continue to be a hell of a fighter. Cause I think he is, and I think it's easy for people to write you off. You get what I'm saying?
We don't help my mental health personally.
About mental health.
It doesn't at all. Not, and I'm happy to say that I don't smoke no more. If you're gonna do weed, eat it. Don't smoke it. Don't be messing up your lungs, bro. I'm not eating weed either. What's up, man? Any other questions, man? Straight into it. What mellowed me out? Well, as y'all know, what did before, but I would say what mellows me out now since I stopped. My girlfriend. I got a girlfriend here. She's a big part of that. Not even gonna lie.
Facts, Dante.
My girlfriend is definitely a big part.
He learned he need to find another way. Facts, 93. Instant gratification.
Me getting closer with God. And
Facts.
Me just staying on course. Me helping me changing my diet. But shoot, if we just talk about me being by myself, shit, I love my dog, Prince. I got a dog that I be chilling with, hanging with. We go on walks and shit. Shit, like I said, I be talking to my brothers every day. Like, when I'm by myself, I call them. We FaceTime. Like, we
finding
FaceTime
a solution
every day,
to this shit.
We FaceTime
I
every day.
seen the dog that he posted and he was playing with. He got brothers. He got a girl. I seen him post.
Shit, like watching movies.
You know what I'm saying? He found another outlet.
Movies. Honestly, I like snacking on foods and shit, but that's not good for me neither. So we're gonna find another way.
Just a young kid still learning, bro. That's why I rock with him. That's why this is one of my favorite fighters to watch, bro. I rock with Keyshawn heavy. I'm gonna keep rocking with him. I don't care who don't like him. I like this young kid.
What strain you smoke? I don't smoke no more. But shit, I used to smoke the best. I was not playing. Like, I used to smoke the best.
There you go, Gertz. Bro, say you smoking the best. Gertz, you want smoking no mids, Gertz?
Shut up, bro. What the hell you talking about?
I just want y'all to hear some of the stuff he hit on, like with the mental health and
in the Bible,
and speaking about the weed usage and how he got, found a way to stop doing this shit.
In the Bible, it said, if y'all gonna be listening to the businessman, I'm gonna talk about God.
I think so
Jesus
too. I think you're gonna
Christ.
be more focused, bro.
So if y'all don't like it, y'all can go ahead and click off.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Bible, it says,
because again, we always like to hear the stories, but we don't never like to hear. We like to hear the problems, but never the solutions. And I like to hear when a guy figured it out. And unfortunately, you had to get a win turned into a no decision But I think, like I said, moving forward, he'll learn from it. It'll make him a better fighter, a better man. Like, you know, it's a lesson, man. He get it. See how he was talking initially, talking about he ain't gonna stop. Took him a little while, sit his ass down, think about it for a minute. Like, hold on, I'm tripping. Got a lot of talent, man. Silver medalist, man. I got a lot of career in front of me. Hold on, I'm bugging out. You know what I'm saying? I got some brothers. I got a dog. I got a girl. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know, I got a lot of responsibilities. I got people that depend on me. You know what I mean? Like, man, get your shit together. That's what I like to hear. That's why I always make time to play something like this. And I hopefully everything go good. Hopefully I could get him on here myself. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I get him on here myself. Here, you gotta stay on top of Bomac, man. Bomac could forget about you. You know, y'all know how these interviews go, but hopefully I could get him on, man. Hopefully. Keep trying to put it together. At least he's staying positive. Yeah, he can't hate and he being mature about it. He really going through the motions, being honest, talking about mental health, man. I mean, again, shit, we speak about all the negative shit, so I like to highlight some of the positive and find a reason, again, to get his man his just due, man. And I'm going to find more of a reason to give him his just due, you know, as he stay salute to my bro, Dante Hall Boxing Talk, man. In that Cash App, man. Much love and appreciation to my bro, man. Appreciate the love, family.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
To my guy, said some of them meds are addicted. Y'all bad for you, you know it, because they only mask the problem. They don't never fix it. Turns out y'all fate. I heard they almost agreed to everything. CATARACT and Taylor too. Both of them is funny because both of them ain't been looking good lately. So let's see how that rematch pan out. But let's finish playing some of this, man. I think he touched on Kid Austin as well in this. I mean, said something about him in this.
But in the Bible it says, Paul was not a fool to talk about his weaknesses. It's in my book. Where my book at, quick? It's right there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bro, in the Bible it says Paul was not a fool to talk about his weaknesses because God gives you strength in your weakness. God gives you strength in your weakness.
He's stupid, yeah.
Think about that. My God give me my strength in my weakness.
He said, what you think about that?
My weakness, I'm still strong. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Keyshawn, shout out, bro.
For your power is made perfect in weakness. That's what the Bible said.
That's my guy. Shout out, though.
And it reads, Paul was not a fool because he was speaking the truth. That's all I'm doing right now is speaking the truth to y'all. So y'all can go on and take whatever y'all can take from it. That's all I'm doing is speaking the truth to y'all. So y'all can go ahead and take from it. I'm just showing y'all the real me. You know, that's all I'm doing. I'm not going to sit here be like, oh, they this, they that. What I'm just showing y'all that I'm like a real person. Not up here faking or nothing that.
Talk to him, Keith.
I mean, I just feel like I've been doing that this whole time, but
talk to him.
Making a transition to another person, a better person. And shit, I'm just letting y'all know what it is. Straight like that. Ain't nothing weak about what I'm doing right here.
Nope.
Yes, everybody in this whole world know I got stomach problems. Shit, Pedraza know I got stomach problems. Tell him go to my body. Tell Pedraza.
Bro. See, hold on.
That's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna sit here be like, oh, they this, they that.
Listen to him clearly.
I'm just showing.
Nah, I play this again because y'all remember when the weed situation happened. I was saying, yo, he had issues with his stomach, and people's like, tell him to get some. What they were saying, Metamucil, whatever they were saying, all types of little stuff. Oh, his tummy hurt. This. Nah, it's a little more complex than just a tummy ache. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a little bit different than that. So this is what people, but again, when I said I had the information and I knew what was up, I just be wanting people to know that I wasn't just pulling that from nowhere. And then you're going to hear him say it out his own mouth. You've never heard him speak on this before this point. But how did I know that? You get what I'm saying? It don't hurt to, be in contact with people that really know what be going on and that could get you good information. That's why I always say salute to my guy, the fax machine, man. Always giving me valid information. You get what I'm saying? Valid. Anger is an outer manifestation of sadness within. Talk to him, Icon. Y'all punch the like button for me, man. We're going to keep rolling.
Y'all that I'm like a real person. not up here faking or nothing. That I mean, I just feel like I've been doing that this whole time, but making a transition to another person,
you did person. Somebody told me Metamucil, something.
I'm just letting y'all know what it is.
Whatever
straight
it was.
That. Ain't nothing weak about what I'm doing right here. Yes, everybody in this whole world know I got stomach problems. Shit, Pedraza know I got stomach problems.
See?
Tell him go to my body.
I talk to him, Keith. Tell him go to my body. Tell him punch me in my stomach. Y'all gotta see his face.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't.
He said, "Tell him to go to my body." Tell him. Oh man, God like this kid.
I was in shape. I was smoking. I mean, bro, I was working out 3 times a day, 2 times a day, and bro, I'm the hardest worker in the group.
I'm gonna just say this.
Or top 3.
I've heard this dude put in work in the gym. I've heard this dude put in work, and I'm talking about quality work, high level work. This is what I hear from people that work with him personally. Oh, you trolled him at first? Yeah, but that's different. Is you just didn't know though. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear it initially, you probably like, man, what you got a boo-boo? Like, you know what I mean? I get the initial joke, but some people was really like trying to downplay it. And I'm like, nah, I'm hearing like issues to the point where it made him pull out of fights before in his career. I think once or twice. I think twice in his career he had to pull out because of that. So that you get what I'm saying? So it's like, this is why I appreciated this. And thank all things. This went over so many people's head because I guess they don't get what I get from this stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying? This might not be the juiciest content, but I don't care to. I think it's real that, you know, he get to speak on, you know, what his marijuana use, why he was doing it. You know what I mean? His mental health, how it affected it, how he responded from it. I think it's good. It's good for boxing, man. And he just a real one, man. Because I'm willing to bet anything. If this was your cousin, your little brother, somebody from your neighborhood, probably a dude you went to school with, your boy, you would be saying you got, you know what I mean? Your man, Keyshawn Davis, one of the best fighters in boxing. You'll be talking your talk. You know what I'm saying? Joe was good with it. He said Keyshawn's a Crawford, his big bro. Yeah, that's some hella. Yeah, he got good influence. Keyshawn got a good head on the shoulders. Yeah, it's like you can make a mistake, but you can always bounce back. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing asked about no silver medalist, bro. It's a silver medalist. You did. His Excellency. They out here trolling big time today, bro. What's good with it, family? His Excellency, man. Hey man, what's good, man? You need any fighters from Jersey? No, you stop playing, man. You know what I'm saying? You're giving that bag, but let's finish playing.
It's like 10 of us, but really, like, number 1, number 2. Like, bro, I'm the hardest worker in the group. Shit, just this camp, all 3 of my coaches was telling me to take a break on separate days. You thought I took a break? No, never took a break. Like, I'm the hardest worker. So me doing that, smoking, like, I was in shape. I was just smoking straight like that.
This dude, shout out. I was smoking straight like that. Hold on, man.
So when it hit the fan that I had to carry the torch, I'm like, look, Keyshawn, if you don't, we just gonna be regular. We gonna be regular people living in Virginia. If you do, you gonna become who I am now, and your family is gonna come behind that at 16, 17 years old. So I just knew what time it was when it was my moment. That when I was a nobody, this was my time to make me into a somebody. And I knew my moment. I seized my moment.
Bro, what's good with it, D man? How you feeling, Brody?
And I'm here today talking to y'all about this.
It's time to go to my body.
His name of mine. He could keep trying to build his name of mine. I'm not gonna say that. I could accept coming out February 8th. I didn't have to accept that fight. I could accept some more bums. I'm not gonna say that. I could accept some more other fighters.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to fight this man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm challenging myself for this.
No way, Carl.
Me fighting cuz it's not a challenge. It's just a fight.
Like you feeling, you already know, man.
This right here is a real challenge. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the longer he wait, it's gonna get worse for him. So shit. He can keep trying to build his name off my name. He can keep saying I'm his son. He can do all of that shit. But when everything hits the fan, bro, I get more money than him. I'm getting more exposure than him. And when we fight, I'm going to be the A side. I'm going to have a world title before him.
Keyshawn,
everything he's saying is really just talk.
Salute to him, man. Hey, very self-reflecting. It's going to serve well. I'm telling you, man. Especially as long as he take everything he says.
His team is not going to let the little puppy off the chain. Little pup.
Stand on that business.
Little pup. That nigga ain't.
I just wanted to try to hear some of the stuff he was saying, though. It was because it was way longer than this. I didn't want to play the whole entire thing, but you know, him and Kid Austin had like a history or a past or whatever you want to say, a little back and forth, and you know, real quick before we get out of here too, though, I'm gonna play this this interview from Kid Austin, man. And here it says he said Spence was lying about the cataract issue, man. Damn, Kid Austin said, you know, Errol Spence was lying about the cataract issue, and he sent the KO warning to Keyshawn. We're gonna play this before we get out of. Salute to everybody pulling up on this Sunday cook, man. He was swinging his hair while he was talking. Yeah. You know how he be coming. You know how people be with dreads, D-man.
My business on Twitter, just looking at interviews. Another top prospect.
Salute to Kid Austin, man. This Kid Austin right
Keyshawn Davis. He said, I think it was right after your last fight, he said that a fight between you two needs to happen in 2024. So first question is, have y'all, and I think I might have asked you this in Houston when I saw you there, but have y'all paths crossed in the amateurs? Have y'all sparred, been in the ring together?
Nah, he was older than me.
But that's right.
Me, and he was heavier than me. So we
facts, Tim. Like, he need the big fights.
I think when I was a kid, like about 12, 13, he was already getting ready for the Olympics. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was that much. I know you're 21. I forget. Keyshawn's probably like 25, 26, something like that, right?
Yeah, he was older than me.
What do you think? Why do you think he's calling you out? Why is he saying a fight between you two needs to happen? What's your history?
Lying about his toe injury.
We don't really got no history. So how it started was, I think after when I first headlined for Golden Boy, I called him, Mark Castro, I think somebody else. I called their names after my fight. And he was the only one that kind of took it to like, you know, I guess he took it to like, I don't know if it was an insult or what, like, but he didn't like it.
Yeah, it was an insult, Kid Austin. I like Kid Austin, by the way, man. I support him as well. He's another good young fighter, man. I think he's an improving fighter. He a gym rat. He easy to root for. The kid stay in the gym. He confident. He want to fight. I have no issue with none he say. It's never personal. It's just fun, man. But I will remind him that he did say, that trash kid from Top Rank. He did say that, just joking. He was like, nah, I ain't gonna call him trash, but he called him trash. That's probably what Keyshawn got mad at, though.
Oh, we just got into like this little thing, and it's like, bro, like
Kid Austin be taking his little shots. I like him, but he competitive. He just want to fight.
I see you as like competition. You know, somebody that'll give me approval from the fans. So all these months go by, and now it's like maybe the fight does make sense. I feel like the fight should happen this year also. He actually, you know, sounded humble in his interview. So, you know, I'm willing to make the fight happen, you know.
Yeah, I like Kid Austin.
Like, it's no beef. You know, I went to his fight, not his fight, but I went to the Canelo fight, Billy Joe Sanders fight. And, you know, we were eating with his moms and his family and stuff. Like, so it's necessarily no beef. We just two competitive guys. We just love boxing. And like he said, I feel like we just the best prospects out right now. You know, that's close to each other's weight that can make this fight happen. So I'm down to make the fight happen.
How's that fight play out? Go ahead.
Nobody just want to fight. I know he will. So
say that again. I'm sorry.
I said nobody else gonna fight. I think he will.
Yeah, I think Keyshawn is definitely you know, he's not just putting words into the air. I think if he said it, he'd probably take the fight too. So that'd be interesting. But how does the fight play out?
Knockout for sure.
Don't
get me wrong. Keyshawn, he good. Like my dad, you know, he would say he a bum. But I feel like
shout out to Floyd.
Yeah, he wouldn't be on this level or got a silver medal if he wasn't at least decent. So I feel like he a good fighter. But like I said, his boxing ain't a game. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know nothing about his situation, what he going through, but man was smoking weed, you know, and all this other stuff. I don't care if it was for anxiety or what. As an athlete, you're not supposed to be smoking weed. So that just shows you're not 100% disciplined. I give my life and my all. Like, before this interview, I'm in there studying boxing all day, every day. My back hurt. I want to be asleep right now, but I'm in there studying boxing. So I feel like people, they going to learn. They going to learn that it's a difference between playing boxing and actually doing it. You know, everybody just want to be, you know, flossy and talk all this and that and, you know, the cars, the women. Nobody actually want to live boxing for boxing. And I feel like just because he say, you know, what he going to do and he want a silver medal and all this talking, you got to back it up. You got to back it up first. I mean, because I feel like he just ain't ever been punched in his mouth for real.
You think you're going to be the first guy to do it?
For sure.
I like K Dawson confidence. Ain't nothing wrong with what he's saying, but just to add to it, like y'all see why I played that with Keyshawn so he could highlight and speak to why he was smoking. You say, you know, it shows that he's undisciplined. You know, I know a lot of people that's doing a lot worse than that and still reach heights that neither one of these guys reach. Like, yeah, I'm not saying it's okay to do it, but I'm just on a different side of understanding. Like, I'm not saying it's okay. Keyshawn even understood that that's not the thing for him to do. So the good thing was it wasn't like this drawn out situation with years and years of his career where he just beating up his body, you know, just smoking and not taking care of himself. It was something that he kind of caught on to early enough where I think he can put it behind him and resume and have a healthy, successful boxing career. But I understand Kid Austin completely because, you know, a guy like him, he's a gym rat, dude, stay in the gym. So I can understand him looking at it as a lack of discipline. But for me, I just look at it as it was a hiccup for him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you could say lack of discipline, but I think when you hear some of the reasons that he was smoking, I'm not saying it's cool, but I can understand that stuff. You get what I'm saying? Anxiety, like he said that anxiety, but, you know, stomach, his having issues with his stomach, you get what I'm saying? Anger. It's a lot of stuff, right? But he understood they need to find another outlet for it. So I understand Kate Austin completely, but, you know, it's good that Keyshawn made the necessary adjustments, man, moving forward, man. Kendrell in the building. What's good with it, fam? Please make this fight with Key. Yeah, I would love to see it. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. A lot of people do. Like, he's just younger, so he probably ain't considering some of that stuff. People just look at it like when you hear weed, you just assume it's just somebody out there just having fun and there's no reasoning for it. I feel like it's more medicine than anything else, to be honest with you, because, you know, name another drug that you can't overdose from. I'll say that. So that's why I look at it as more of a medicine than anything else. But I understand where he coming from. He a damn gym rat and he a baby. What is he, 2021? That's all he do is box. You know what I mean? That man stay in the gym. Every time I open an Instagram, it's a new Kid Austin clip. That man live in the gym, man. He probably got a bed in there somewhere, much as that dude stay in the gym, bro.
For sure. There's nobody
else.
Yeah,
but he's saying it what I'm knowing. Yeah. He just probably don't know. And that's ignorance, not in a bad way, but that's just to his ignorance, like him just not knowing. So he's just looking at it strictly from a fighter standpoint, an athlete, like, yo, you ain't supposed to be doing that. You know what I mean? But again, if he had more of an understanding of it, then he probably have a different, outlook on it. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, listen, like I said, hopefully we see that fight at some point in the near future. So, I mean, there's a lot of fights coming up, and, you know, we'll switch gears here to get your thoughts on some of the upcoming fights on the schedule. Talking about Keyshawn. So Keyshawn's fighting Jose Pedraza. A fight that was supposed to happen, like you said, unfortunately, it didn't due to some circumstances by the, Texas Boxing Commission citing him for marijuana use.
It's still happening in February 8th.
How do you think the fight plays out?
I don't really know too much about Pedraza. I feel like he still got some in the tank left. You know, he ain't old or nothing crazy like that. He gave Tank a rough fight in the beginning. So I feel like if it's a Pedraza that's on his game,
lifestyle, I'm telling you, I think that's what's going to take him far too. He really lived a lifestyle. Smart young kid.
You know, breaking him down in the later rounds. Yeah, I feel like Keyshawn will win.
You think it'll be decision, knockout?
I feel like it could be refs stepping in or decision, one or the other. But I don't think it's gonna be like a one-punch knockout. I feel like it'll just be like a flurry of punches.
Got it.
Good break. Good.
Another fight coming up soon. Teofimo, Jermaine Ortiz. Same thing. What do you think about that fight? Give me all your thoughts. That one seems to
That's a good one. I'm gonna go for Jermaine only because he's Dominican. So I gotta go for him. But that's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good fight. I ain't gonna. That's a 50-50 fight for sure.
Yeah. So there you go, 50-50. And for the fans who don't know, you know, I've interviewed you before, and I always try to shout this out. Maybe it's the Caribbean, the Latino in me, but my man Floyd is Dominican. If y'all didn't know,
bro. Every time, like they be like so like shocked, and I'm like, bro. One, I said it like 3 years ago, and they be like, "How you Dominican? You don't speak Spanish?" I be like, bro,
that don't make you not Dominican.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I got the blood in me and everything. My dad just didn't have the time to teach me Spanish. My aunt speaks Spanish and everything. Like I was telling my friends, they didn't believe me. My great grandfather, his name is Miguel Rodriguez. Like he's a full blood Dominican. So I feel like people, they just be like, they be hating. Once they find out, they're like, he's lying, bro. He's just trying to do the Shakur thing. I'm like,
the Shakur thing.
Damn, the Shakur thing. That's crazy, kid. Austin, man can't be
listen, like I said, I always try to show love to that side. I think, you know, Latin fans, definitely Dominican fans. Listen, I lived in Indiana, to make a long story short, and they had a Dominican player on that team, Duarte. Indianapolis, one of the most non-Latin. There's a lot of Mexican folks there, but definitely not a lot of Dominicans. Those folks would be in the stands, drums, flag for this one player.
You should go to a baseball game. Them things be wild.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, you might not speak Spanish, and I told your father this last time. He got a chuckle out of it. But a lot of times Dominicans like to say there's a term. They call it plátano power, right? And it's, you know, got a lot of baseball players knocking stuff out the park and stuff like that. But you definitely got plátano power, man. I've seen it up close and personal.
And Kid Austin's a strong young kid, and he's still growing.
Not in order, but just coming up soon.
Only what, 21?
Furious,
still growing.
You know, what do you think about that fight? Fury didn't look too good last time.
They fighting?
Yeah, undisputed.
I didn't even know they was fighting.
You busy, man? It's all good.
Yeah, Fury didn't look too good, so I'm gonna have to go with Usyk. Fury, he looked like, don't get me wrong, he looked like hot garbage. I ain't gonna lie, and that was against an MMA fighter. So I feel like, but it depends though, because when Fury's focused, Fury is, you know, he's good. I feel like he underestimated Ngannou because, you know, he's an MMA fighter. He felt like he wouldn't last. But I feel like if it's the Fury from before, he could probably pull it off. So if it's the good Fury, it's a 50-50 fight. If it's not, Usyk all the way. Probably stoppage.
That makes sense.
There you go.
That makes sense.
It's two.
Usyk ain't stopping him though. Usyk ain't stopping him though.
They fighting?
Yeah, they fighting. Let the fan know. My man doesn't know what's going on because he's in the gym. Because he's putting in work.
Yeah, that's how real it is. He really don't know what's going on because he's in the gym.
Man, stay in the gym.
Nah, but Loma for sure.
Loma about to beat the hell out of
yeah, for sure.
Cambosis
is alright, but
Divas before
Loma's angles, I feel like it'd be too much for him. Like it would probably be a Devin Haney repeat, you know.
If we get the Cambosis that showed up the night that he fought Tio, you think that
Cambosis still get his ass beat by Loma?
The hungry Cambosis, yeah.
Nah, he still get beat up by Cambosis. He still get beat up by Loma. No version of Cambosis beat Loma. Question would be, who is more prone to having a bad showing?
I still think Lomachenko.
That's a good question, bro. That's a good question, Marquis.
I feel like it's gonna be easy for Lomachenko.
Who more prone to having a bad showing? That's damn sure. That's a good point. Oscar was trying to make Zepeda versus Austin. Yeah, I think that might be a little soon for him. I knew they was thinking. I mean, he wanted the Jojo Diaz fight. I thought that was a good fight for Kid also, but that's a great question, Marquis. Who was more prone to having a bad showing?
Hopefully, Kambosos can prove me wrong though.
Yeah. AJ is fight. If you didn't know, AJ Anthony Joshua, he agreed to fight Francis Ngannou. They're gonna fight in a couple months.
Well, I don't know none of this, but I feel like AJ could do it, but Tyson Fury got more of a chin than AJ. So if Ngannou land one of them shots on AJ, it's probably lights out for sure. And I feel like Ngannou's awkward, so it's gonna throw AJ off.
Yeah, Ngannou is awkward. I mean, you saw what he did against Fury.
AJ gonna beat that dude,
I like to
think,
even though I'm sure Anthony Joshua doesn't like to think about it.
Joshua messed around, stop Ngannou, watch.
His style, obviously, it confused him a little bit. I think his speed, the way he came in, I think Ngannou, obviously, the speed is a little different, but the way he's willing to come in and exchange, it could be a problem. But if you had to pick, who would you pick?
I feel like my heart gonna say Ngannou. He got too much power and he awkward. I don't feel like AJ is ready for that type of fight or fighter.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be.
AJ about to beat Ngannou.
I wouldn't say this would have been like if AJ would have fought Wilder, but Wilder kind of disappointed me in his last fight, so I don't even want to say that.
Yeah.
Wilder ain't disappoint me, man. You gave it your best shot.
This one actually already happened, but Better BF just fought last week. He beat Callum Smith. He knocked him out. You didn't see it? Okay. Callum Smith's never been knocked out and never been even knocked down. And not even by Canelo. Canelo definitely gave him a really good fight and beat him. But Better BF took him out. Mm-hmm. So with that win, it puts Better BF in line to potentially fight Bivol. Just curious about your thoughts on that. If Better BF fought Bivol, how do you think that fight goes? Who do you got?
Better BF is tough though. Like he's tough. But Bivol know how to box. And he know how to stay on his toes the whole fight. Like you seen Canelo hit him in his arms, it didn't even faze him. So I feel like that's probably gonna be a contender, for fight of the year, most likely if it was to happen. So that's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, AJ
for sure.
His ass, me too.
But I want to say,
was it pay to fight Maxie Hughes? I think 93. He fight Maxie Hughes next, and the winner of that is supposed to get the winner of Loma and Kambosos. So Zepeda and Maxie Hughes winner supposed to get Loma and Kambosos winner, if I'm not mistaken.
And like it could probably do damage later on in the fight.
Yeah, no, I listen. I think that's a good assessment, especially based on Better BF's last fight. He looked great. But I think Callum showed there's some opportunity there for the right fighter, kind of like what you were saying. All right, last question for you, Floyd. So recently, ERROL Spence, you're a Texas guy. ERROL's in Texas, so just getting your thoughts on this and what do you feel about it? ERROL Spence came out, he shared pictures. It looks like he had cataract surgery, and he alluded to the fact that potentially had to do, and it was months after the fight ended, but he alluded to the fact that might have impacted him. I just curious as to what your thoughts are on that. Do you think that one, there was some sort of eye problem or something that hindered his ability to perform in that fight like we know ERROL to perform? And two, do you think it was right for him to even share that so long after the fight?
We're both from Texas, brother. I hate to do this, but I'm always keep it real, honest. I feel like he's lying. No, I'm not saying he's lying, on that part, because he was in the hospital. He did have an eye patch. I doubt they would have gave him an eye patch and all that with a wheelchair if his eye wasn't messed up. But your eye is messed up before the fight, leading up to the fight, when you sparring and all this other stuff. And if it was to the point where you can't see a punch coming, I don't care who you are or how much of a bum your coach is. Your coach is not going to let you go in there. You're not going to go in there knowing dang well you got half an eye and you got to go fight Terrence Crawford. I mean, come on, be real now. I can see after the fight, it made it, damaged and whatnot. Like it probably happened in the fight, but before the fight, you tell your team
cataract it didn't come from the fight.
Like, I got this going on with my eye. I can't see. Like that's something that should be shared before the fight, not after the fight, and let alone not damn near almost a year after.
Right.
So I feel like it's a cap, but I feel like it's true now only because of the damage he got in the fight. He was getting hit a lot. So.
Do you think they should even rematch? No. Think it's worth it? No.
Because if Terrence Crawford did that at 147, I can just imagine what Terrence Crawford would. Now, don't get me wrong, he'll be bigger, less drained at 154, but that's still a bigger Terrence Crawford. you know, a switch hitter and everything. So I feel like he should just take them M's and leave it alone. Leave it alone. He can move up and probably get the belts, or if he wants to stay at 147, he could wait till Crawford moves up. But as of right now,
to my bro zone,
leave Crawford alone, bro.
Got it.
I feel him, man. So you heard what he said. He said he felt like he lied. Well, he ain't lied about the eye thing, but he felt like that was a problem. Like it wasn't the case beforehand. I think it was, man. I just think if you understood what causes cataract, then he probably have a different assessment. But again, his lack of knowledge of what's going on with the cataract, and you already know they saying, you know, heavy alcohol consumption can cause cataract as well. So it's a lot with that situation. But you know, that was the young kid also speaking his, you know, talking his talk. You know, I think him and Keyshawn should fight some point down the line. I know it ain't gonna be now, but I would like to see it. Yeah, it's what it is, bro. It's I understand though, like with the energy and intent, it's not coming from a malicious point, Zoom, more so from an ignorant standpoint, right? And ignorant meaning not dumb, but just not knowing. That's where that's coming from. You get what I'm saying? Him trying to give an honest opinion of it, but nah, man. I think, you know, he always been the truth, Earl Spence. I think if he said, you know, look, man, that shit hindered my eye a bit, and I got hit with more. That's why I got hit with the shots I was getting hit with. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Kid Austin, the thing about him that he has working in his favor, he actually can fight, period. And he stays in the gym. He's always working, always learning. That dude can switch hit too. So he got a lot of talent and skill to work with. Like, as long as he just continue to put in the work in, which he will, and Golden Boy is keeping him active. He happy, so that's important. They feel like they're in a good spot. They feel like they with a promoter, you know what I mean, that believes in them and that's keeping them busy. So that's important, man, for his morale and, you know, just comfortability. So I like Kate Austin. I want to just keep seeing him put the work in, keep seeing him win, keep seeing him do his thing, and hopefully him and Keyshawn actually get that fade. You know what I mean? Like, may the best man win. I like them both. I support them both. I mean, Keyshawn got that pedigree, though. I think that, you know, gonna always, you know, be a helping hand for him going into a fight, man, for sure. Okay, she from all that Earl, yeah, Congregation Mary, yeah, you already know. It might have went past them though. It might have went over their head, but that was what the young kid Austin had to say. And salute to him, man. Like, I ain't mad at nothing he had to say. I feel him, you know what I mean? But salute to Earl, man. You know, hopefully that rematch, if it happens, is at 54, and they get that work in and get it squared away and over and done with, man. Get that fight out the way. It need to happen, and it need to be, you know, that situation just need to be squared away altogether, bro. I mean, the rest of the division need to continue those belts. It'd be good if those belts go vacant. You allow other people to be able to fight for them, and that's what you want to see. You want to see other guys get an opportunity to fight for them. And it's just, man, I'm going to just say this. With Crawford having his hair like this, just know somebody, man, this dude is already in whoop your ass mode. The fact that his hair is like that should tell you everything you need to know about Terrence Crawford. I'm telling you, that's one of them little bad kids in the hood growing up, bro. That's just one of them dudes. You got to beat his ass, bro. The Boxing Menu podcast in the building. Was good, family. By Wilder getting caught with his brother's girl. Hell no. That better not be real. Damn, that'd be crazy. No, but I ain't hear nothing of it, though, man. That's wild, though. But we're coming back, huh? Fucking Lions. Chiefs, Bills on my bad. Well, he did win silver medal 3 times in the amateurs. Right, man. Right. But you know, let's see, man. Let's see how everything shake out, man. Let's see if Broly finally get, you know, Pitbull finally get a fight with somebody. And let's see if it's Rolly. Let's see where Ryan and Oscar are, where this leaves Ryan and Oscar at, man. Salute to Keyshawn Davis for speaking about mental health, his marijuana usage, and, you know, him giving it up and the reasons why. I think that was just dope. You know what I mean? Unless they could be, you know, making some stuff up, man. I don't know. They could be making some stuff up, boxing, man. Who knows, though? It just all depends, because, you know, that's how they play with Wilder. They don't like him so much. They'll just make some stuff up, bro. They'll just make it up. GP in the building, man. Man, you already know. Salute to my bro, man. Appreciate you, JBT in the building. And I was just getting y'all at 8 o'clock because my good brother Jay Hardcore should be on right now at 8 o'clock. If y'all got time, y'all go stop in. Let my good brother know I said what up. And salute to my guy Ace, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody that pulled up for this Sunday cook. I know I don't be on all the time on Sundays, so y'all know we just had to come build still, man. And Tank Davis, man. Turkey Island Sheik, get Tank them Ferraris, man. Get my man Tank them Ferraris. You know what I mean? And then y'all could play ball. You know what I'm saying? Get my man them Ferraris. Salute to my guy Marquette. And much love and appreciation to everybody, man. Salute to the family, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. We'll be right back tomorrow, man, to build on some more boxing. So with that, we up out of here, family. Peace.
Good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good, bro? Hey, you want to play that shit? You want to play that shit? Oh, good. All right, what's up?